all know that Vol Nation is all over the country. Traveling to games is a fun time for the entire family, but deciding where to stay can be a bit stressful. That's where the Big Orange faithful at the Hampton Inn downtown come in. General Manager Stephen Lawrence and his team go over and beyond to make sure that you have the best stay in their brand new rooms. They have the cleanest rooms in the game, which include flat screen, microwave, and fridge. Not to mention breakfast is included in the room rate. Oh yeah, I almost forgot the best part. The Hampton Inn downtown is less than a mile from Neyland Stadium. While you're planning your game day trips, be sure to check out Hampton Inn online at hamptoninn.com and search Knoxville. Book Hampton Inn downtown today.
Due to a special purchase, Beatty Chevrolet has over 100 pre-owned crossovers and SUVs at tremendous savings during the $1 Million Markdown event. 100 crossovers and SUVs from Chevrolet, Ford, Nissan, Volkswagen, Toyota, Honda, Mazda, and more. All makes and models starting at $89.95. And we'll buy your vehicle on the spot. Plus, get the Beatty warranty for life during the $1 Million Markdown. Only at Beatty Chevrolet in Knoxville or shop BeattyChevrolet.com. Sale prices plus tax, title, and license.
Deep down the middle's got his man, and he's gone. Jason Swain, touchdown.
It's time for the Swain event.
Guess what time it is? My time. You can check your iPhone. Better say it's our time.
With your host, Jason Swain.
My man.
Real sports talk for the real sports fan.
All you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him.
It's time for the Swain event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
Give me 2 pounds and a Ric Flair.
Thursday is the best day of the week. Swain event fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. Hope you're having a great morning. 850 AM, 100.9 FM, WKVL Sports Radio is where you can find us on the dial. SwainEvent.com is where you can stream us online. Download the free Swain Event app for Apple and Android devices. Swain Event TV, you can watch the show there at Periscope, Facebook Live, and on YouTube. It is the best day of the week. It is Thursday, November the 7th, and we are 3 minutes past the top of the hour. Ben McKee, Jason Swain. Ben, good morning, individual.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm well.
I am well.
You are not right.
I'm ready for some football, baby.
I'm ready for some football.
Tennessee, Kentucky. Tennessee throwing out some offers. Rick Barnes throwing out some offers. Together, they're throwing out offers with Lamonte Turner's cousin, D. Beckwith from North Alabama, Florence area. And 2 sport athletes, football and basketball. It makes you start to think about guys who tried to do it and wasn't that successful. It makes you think about players who did it and were successful. And the first one that kind of comes to mind who did it at the highest level, talking basketball and football. I ain't talking about baseball and football because we know who are the two there. That's Deion Sanders and Bo Jackson. I'm speaking basketball and football, where football bleeds into the basketball season. I think about Charlie Ward, Florida State, won the Heisman Trophy, and then was a starting point guard for the New York Knicks in the NBA. I think about Julius Peppers, who was an All-American in North Carolina and was dunking on people's faces in North Carolina during their heyday. I mean heyday, making runs to the national championship. Julius Peppers was just a force down in the paint. Most recently, you think about Bruce Ellington. You know, he didn't really do it at a high level like Julius Peppers, but he did play on the South Carolina football team. Was a really good receiver and played point guard, playoff guard for South Carolina. I remember Fred Gibson, University of Georgia, was a really good wide receiver. Started off playing basketball and then got into football a little bit later in his high school career and became a really good receiver for Georgia. But he also played basketball. Those are the four that kind of jump off the page and kind of come to mind when I think about football and basketball players. I remember being at Tennessee, and Bruce Pearl had just took over the Tennessee basketball job. And one thing to do to kind of ingratiate himself with us, the football program, he came to practice one day and spoke to us during fall camp at the baseball field. That's when we would do our fall camp at the baseball field to try to save the grass there at our practice facility. And it was funny because Bruce Pearl was, I don't know if he was joking or he was for real, but he tried to recruit Tony McDaniel, Inky Johnson, and Robert Meacham to the basketball team. I don't know if he was joking around, because you know Bruce. I thought that was really, really, really funny. But
The main thing I took out of you listing off all of those names is that a lot of people don't do it.
it's hard, man. I mean, Ronald Curry won Gatorade Player of the Year in basketball and in football from the Virginia area. And he went to North Carolina. Ronald Curry is from that deep, rich area of talent there in Newport News, Virginia. Todd Kelly's from that area. Michael Vick is from that area. Ronald Curry's from that area. And I don't know if I've seen a player win Gatorade Player of the Year in basketball and in football. Now, LeBron would have done it, but Ronald Curry did it. Was a quarterback in North Carolina. Was a point guard in North Carolina. And when he came out the football field, it was just weird, man. The lifting, the training you do for football is nowhere near the lifting and training you do for basketball. So you come in a little tight, you're all swole, you're stumbling over your feet because you're used to, running on grass, and now you're trying to run on hardwood. I did it my whole career and leading up to high school my junior year, and it's an adjustment period.
But you wouldn't even show up to the gym until football season was over, correct?
I would I would be in the gym now.
You would?
Now, I love my basketball, so.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
you probably did not play in a game until after the season was over.
No, I didn't play in the game. I didn't practice with the team, but I got my shots during school.
Yeah, I was more so referring to practicing and
playing
in games.
No, you ain't doing that.
Now, how did spring practice go? Well, I guess basketball season was over by then.
Didn't do well in Alabama. You can do spring football practice. So some states you can't.
Right.
But man, that was football. I mean, I would do my basketball training when I could, and I hate to relive these times. And I'm not saying this to brag or anything, but there's an unofficial rule that was created in the state of Alabama, high school athletics. It's called Jason Swain rule. It's because my high school football coach and high school basketball coach really clashed about football players playing basketball and basketball players playing football. Mm-hmm. Our basketball coach was really butthurt over the fact that he didn't have control over the whole school and athletes like he did previously. And so we had some basketball players go out for football, and the spring required you to be out there for spring training. And so the basketball coach was not happy about it, tried to make a big stink, tried to make it seem like we wasn't welcome to come back. Come on now, you need us athletes out there to get in the rebounds and making plays. And we were some of the best basketball players on the team. And so the Alabama Association High School Sports got involved, created a new rule that kind of took some power away from coaches that try to like bully the student athletes and play in one sport. So it's unofficially the Jason Swain rule. I'm not exaggerating.
That is pretty funny.
Yeah, the basketball coach and the football coach really butted heads, man. Really butted heads. It was crazy. But D. Beckwith, I don't know how good he is in basketball. I know he's good enough to play football here at the University of Tennessee. I don't know how serious the offers are from Rick Barnes and the basketball program. It's not easy. It's just not easy. It's not easy to play football and basketball in school. Only a few can do it.
It's not easy to play two sports in general in college just because of the time commitment. I mean, even with football and baseball, like with Trayvon Flowers doesn't really have time to go play baseball if he wants a starting position on this football team, because he will earn a starting spot probably in spring practice. Him and Jalen McCullough, well, I guess now that Nigel's moving on, they may not be in a position battle, but still, you never know, and you can't just miss spring practice because you're playing baseball.
It's tough, man. I remember,
and the baseball coach isn't going to let you go practice in the middle of football or in the middle of baseball season.
Yeah, so they say they will during recruiting.
Oh,
but it's hard to do. Like, so I remember my 4 years at Tennessee, and we had guys on our team that was there during summer workouts, that was there during the fall workouts, was with our football team during the fall. During the spring, I didn't see them, and I didn't really know why until I figured out, they're running track. So we had guys like Robert Boulware, Jonathan Wade, Jabari Greer. We had a lot of guys who ran track, and I remember Jonathan Wade not being there for a couple years during the spring, and Robert Boulware. And the one year, this was heading into Wade's senior year, he knew that he wasn't going to be Christian Coleman. It was time to start thinking about life after Tennessee. So you're not going to be Christian Coleman. Even if you were 1/3 of Christian Coleman, you're not getting paid big money, because track athletes just don't make the big money like that. So he started doing the math. He started looking at these contracts, NFL contracts, started looking at some of the track athletes' contracts. It was like, no, I need to put all my eggs in football. So that spring, he did spring football. And he worked with Terry Fair. Him and Inky worked with Terry Fair. This was when Terry fresh out the league and was coming back to Knoxville, kind of figure out what he wanted to do. So he started to train Jonathan Wade. This is how Terry Fair got his start, really, really coaching DBs and knowing that, okay, he can make a living out of it. He could be a college coach. Well, Wade took football serious, was a starter, had a pretty dang good year, went to the Senior Bowl, ran a great time at the Combine, and was drafted in the 3rd round. And the projection said he was going to be drafted late 1st, 2nd, somewhere around there, because he ran a 4.32, and he had a good senior year. So it's hard to just do both of them. It's hard. Let alone come in doing both of them. It's hard. We'll take our first break of the day. Swain event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Hour 1, powered by Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. HappyHiller.com.
You don't have to take an L just because you can't listen to the Swain event live. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
The holidays are right around the corner, which means holiday party season will be here before you know it. This year, how about a Dead End rendition on your holiday tradition? Get festive at your holiday party with a catered meal from Dead End Barbecue. Their holiday menu offers traditional dishes with a Dead End twist, like their smoked turkey breast and cornbread dressing. To find out more about how Dead End can help you with your holiday party, give them a call at 865-212-5655 or email catering at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The holiday party menu search is over.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. You pull over, step out of your car, and the next thing you know, you're being arrested for driving under the influence. Now what do? We all should be responsible. But remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza at 865-540-8300. The investigative teams at the Garza Law Firm know the justice system inside and out. They utilize cutting-edge technologies and investigative methods to prepare your specific case. Before you plead guilty to any criminal charges, call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza. Put his number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty. Say Garza. 865-540-8300. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
While the other guys are taking guesses, the Swain event is taking you behind the scenes and in the huddle every morning from 7 till 10 right here.
Gentlemen, are you feeling tired and grumpy? It could be low T, or it could be sleep apnea. Millions of men not only suffer from low T, but also undiagnosed sleep apnea. Low T Center provides a complete health assessment to check all of your levels. And right now, they're offering a $49 home sleep test to find out if you have sleep apnea in the comfort of your own bed. Low T Center makes it quick and easy to take care of your health, and most health insurance is accepted. Call 865-392-1388 or go to lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling because you'll know that you're in love.
For a limited time only, Hiller is offering 0% interest financing for up to 48 months on qualifying high-efficiency HVAC systems. With no down payment required, expert installations, and convenient monthly payments, now is the perfect time to schedule. Visit happyhiller.com today.
Call the happy face truck today.
We're here with Dr. Michael Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine to discuss stem cell treatment and PRP. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, Achilles tendonitis, or tennis elbow, you should give them a call.
That's right, Jason. We specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged tendons, ligaments, and joints by using ultrasound-guided injections with stem cells or PRP. And this form of treatment actually stimulates the body's own reparative process and allows for healing of the damaged tissue.
So, Doc, what makes your training different than others?
Well, Jason, I've been practicing in Knoxville for 26 years, and I'm certified in interventional regenerative orthopedic medicine through the American Academy of Orthopedic Medicine. So unlike the big seminars that will advertise stem cells, fly someone in for a couple hours to talk about supposed stem cells that you order off of a shelf, then they'll depart, leaving the patient wondering who will be the person injecting me and what their level of training is. At Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, I'm the one doing the procedure, and we're using your own bone marrow stem cells or PRP. So in other words, it comes from you and it goes back to you. So you know exactly what you're getting and know exactly the level of training involved.
Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, trsportsmedicine.com. East Tennessee's leader in PRP and stem cell therapy.
You're listening to the Swain event.
And you know this, man.
Get to the B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline this morning, 865-255-03, B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. It is Thursday. Let's get to Tremel. Tremel, good morning.
What it do, baby?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Guess I got to use that before he trademark it. And I get sued for using it, you know what I'm saying?
No, I ain't going to trademark anything.
No, not you.
Oh, who's going to trademark it?
Kawhi.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's trying to trademark all them little things he was saying after they won that
He
championship.
got plenty of time, man, because he sure ain't playing.
Right. Gee. Then the NBA will come out and say, oh, he's injured and blah, blah, blah. No, he ain't.
That's the one thing the NBA better be careful of, man. I watch Kawhi versus LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see the stars versus the stars. They better be careful.
What you said, boy. Okay, anyway, so you talking about all this double sports stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it starts in middle school. Like, you know, I coach Little League. We play for the Super Bowl this weekend. Saturday at 6 o'clock under the lights, baby.
Good luck.
Let's go. We're gonna bring that thing home. Appreciate you. Anyway, so we had practice the other day, Tuesday, and coach we got a basketball game too. And my nephew, he's a freak. He's like 5'9", 12 years old, big old kid. Anyway, so the coach, I'm like, hey, no, tell him we got the Super Bowl this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Thinking he would understand that we got the Super Bowl this weekend and the season's about to be over after this game Saturday. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And he basically told my nephew, he's like, oh, well, that's the last time. Like when he was telling him that he got a game or whatnot, and he wanted him to play varsity, like, well, that'd be the last time. I'm just like, dang, you gonna really do him like that?
Yeah, it's just these.
Dude, we got a Super Bowl to win this Saturday. You tripping?
Yeah.
What else? We ain't coming to this game. I mean, we played JV, but we gotta go. I mean, we got practice Saturday. I mean, we got a Super Bowl Saturday. Like, I'm telling you, like, they bumping heads at a young age. And, like, dude, we won one game. Like, I see we was out there just slaughtering people or trying to, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no championship at the end of the season. Ain't no playoffs at the end of the basketball season. You just basically play to play in middle school.
Yeah,
hey, dude, we finna go win a chip. And he's basically telling me can't play. It was just crazy for me, man. I was trying to hold my tongue. I'm just like, he told you that? He's like, yeah, he did. I was like, man, don't worry about that, man. He's easy. He's busy.
Yeah, man. Ego, and try to, these coaches try to control players, and it really hurts them actually at the long run. Because if you go as professional scouts, professional coaches, or big time D1 coaches, when they are recruiting, they want guys who play multiple sports.
Double sports.
I mean, go give me a lineman who wrestled.
Right.
Go give me a big tight end who played basketball. He knows all about rebounding, catching the ball at the highest point, boxing out, using his body. I mean, go give me those guys. Go give me wide receivers who ran track. I mean,
I'm with you on that, man. I'm with you on that to the T, bro. I'm with you with that on the T. Because, I mean, some sports, like when you play football, you know what I'm saying, you don't jump. I mean, you do jump, but you don't jump like you do in basketball. So if you got a guy like tight end that played for the Chargers, that played basketball, and like probably one of the leading. I think he's like second or third on the list.
He's one of the best, man. Antonio Gates, Kent State.
That boy used to catch jump balls like it was nothing on people, man. I mean, trust me, I know he used to do my Titans like that.
Tony Gonzalez played basketball at Cal.
I don't know, man. But it's just crazy. I was just letting y'all know that I mean, I'm sure you already know, but I got my first glimpse of it the other day, man, and it was crazy. I was really appalled. I'm like, dude, we playing in the Super Bowl. You would think you would understand that.
Yeah. Get him away, man. Get him away from all that, man. Hopefully he can play both sports. It'll help him in the long run. Jay is next. Jay, good morning.
Swain, hey, man.
What's up?
Hey, I'm sure you talked about, Jay Hardy yesterday on your show. I didn't get to hear it. But, I mean, Swain, what do you think? What do y'all think about defensive line recruiting in general right now with this program? Because it's, you had Trayvon Ripka and Justin Rogers, which is two guys you thought you were going to, be in pretty good shape for. And, you lose them to Kentucky, a program that you own. And then, obviously, I mean, this is like the 87th defensive lineman we've lost to Auburn. But, it's an in-state guy. It hurts. I mean, is it something to worry about? Is it just, just coincidence? Is it a Tracy Rocker thing? I mean, what do you think about it, Swain?
It is something to not ignore. It is not something that you freak out over. It is something that needs to be addressed, and we need to improve. You can't have Jay Hardy from down the road travel to Tennessee as many times as he has. You can't allow Auburn to come in and get him. When you are the primary recruiter in Kevin Scherer, and when you are the position coach, Tracy Rocker, you can't allow that to happen. You got to do whatever you have to do to make sure that Jay Hardy does not leave the state. This is something that everyone associated with Tennessee needs to pay attention to and try to prevent this from happening in the future. Tennessee is not in any shape to be letting guys outside the state. This ain't, early 2000s, late 90s, where you can get away with letting Patrick Willis go to Ole Miss. No, we need all of the in-state guys. Like, we need all of them, and especially defensive line. So, no, it's not something I'm going to say, it's not a big deal. No, it's a big deal. But I'm not freaking out. I mean, there's still a bunch of players across the country that Tennessee can go and get. It's just means a little bit more when it's an in-state player that you have identified as someone that you wanted. There's guys in state, offense, defensive line, who are rated high, but Tennessee just did not want them. That's not the case with Jay Hardy. You wanted him. Like, you really wanted him, and he went to Auburn. So it's not over yet, but yesterday was not a good look. And the day before, you got a good player from Texas, and you're gonna have to hold on tight for him because he is in Texas, and you got Oklahoma lurking, you'll have A&M lurking, and you'll have the University of Texas lurking. He doesn't have the big-time offers yet, but you will have to fight for that player all the way to the end. And
They think that kid's going to blow up.
I mean, you look at his size; he's a big old boy. You look at
he is huge.
Yeah, you look at his feet; he's athletic. He has long arms, and Tennessee saw something in him that maybe A&M, Texas, Oklahoma may see later. That's kind of what happens in recruiting. A school outside the state goes into the backyard of a school. Oh yeah, we like this kid, and then the hometown school's like, oh yeah, me too. We like him too, but we just wanted to wait. And then they're able to slow play, and sometimes they're able to get them, and sometimes they're not. We were not able to slow play Randall Cobb and get him, so it just depends.
Man, I know like a lot of schools do this, or a lot of schools can do this. I know we've done this before, but it seems like Auburn comes in the very last minute a lot and gets kids that you just think, how did they get that kid? I mean, it's like all indications point to a kid going to one school, and it's like Auburn gets that last visit, or Auburn just comes in at that last minute. And, a lot of people make jokes that Auburn just don't care. They'll just pay anybody, the bag man at Auburn. But, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm over-exaggerating, but I feel like they do this quite often. I feel like we've been the victim of this quite often, of just last minute, Auburn out of nowhere, Hail Mary, and they get the kid. And it's just like, what? What just happened?
Yep, that's happened, man. That's happened.
And it makes you wonder about Auburn. I mean, I don't know. You can't really prove anything, but it does make you wonder.
It's college football recruiting.
Yeah. We'll see, guys. Hopefully it picks up.
Down south, man. And I'm not going to just say SEC because there's teams outside the SEC that operate like Auburn that will come in and swoop in and grab a kid last minute. I mean, it happens. It's part of it. So
operate like Auburn, huh?
Yeah. Operate like Auburn.
Get that last official visit and really show them all the nooks and crannies of their university.
Mm-hmm.
The Tumor's Corner lemonade, and the toilet paper and the trees, and
it was Tumor's Corner's drugstore. That's what sold the deal for Jay Hardy. He was like, "Oh, I mean, I can come over here and get some aspirin if I need it.
I can get some lemonade anytime I need it."
Oh man, this lemonade is off the chain. It's the lemonade. That's what sold the deal, man. Tennessee didn't have a drugstore on campus.
Here's a good question from Brad about D. Beckwith, Lamont Turner's little cousin, who was offered a scholarship to play both football and basketball at Tennessee. If he did sign with Tennessee, would it be used as a football or a basketball scholarship? I would have to imagine that it would be a football scholarship with the opportunity for him to maybe attend a basketball practice or two.
I don't know, man. That's weird. I guess it would be like joint custody. Rick Barnes would be like, "Hey, you can have him on the holidays. I get every other weekend." Bill's like, "All right."
You can have him when we play a 4-win UNC Asheville team, but when we go to Toronto to play Washington, we need him.
Yeah, man. I guess it'd be joint custody. I don't know.
That would be funny if Tennessee had a current player that played both, because the day that Tennessee plays Washington in Toronto is next Saturday, Tennessee's bye week. So while most players would be going home to spend time with their family, more than likely, D. Beckwith, or said football/basketball player, he would start the month by playing UAB in Kentucky. Then he goes to Toronto to play in a basketball game against Washington, and then he comes home and plays against Missouri and Vanderbilt. Football.
That would be that's more like middle school, little league. I don't know if you can switch plan. Maybe joining your team if it's like close.
You would have to be an absolute freak of an athlete, Bo Jackson type freak of an athlete, because as you were saying, Bruce Ellington, he is the one that I'm most aware of that played both. When he was done playing football, he went over to the basketball court.
He had to be done playing football.
The season had to be over.
Yeah, before he went to basketball. So, I don't know how that would work. Maybe use a half a scholarship, and then you will have like another half scholarship available for football or basketball, and then you can give away a half scholarship to somebody else. I don't know how that works. That's a good question. I do not know.
Chip Payne says it sure was not the barbecue in Auburn that got Jay Hardy to commit. That blank is nasty.
Nah, I doubt it. I haven't heard any good barbecue down there. But the lemonade is good, though. Toomer's Corner.
The lemonade is legit.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's not hard to make really good lemonade, though. All it is lemons, water, and sugar.
Dead End makes great lemonade.
I mean, let's think about this. It's just lemons, water, and sugar. That's it. It's nothing else.
Nothing. But you have to put the right amount of sugar in it. Just like when you're making Kool-Aid, you have to have a good amount of sugar.
Yeah, well,
the sugar is the most important ingredient. May not be good for you, but it makes the drink good.
Yeah. Maybe it's that special cane sugar that they're using. Who knows, man? But I don't know. Toomer's Corner, they got the best lemonade in the country, and that's what got Jay Hardy to Auburn. That's what I'm telling myself. All right, who's next?
D.R. Vol.
D.R. Vol, good morning.
Good morning. I started to say D.R. Rodney Dangerfield because I get no respect on the show.
Man, you hurt Ben's feelings yesterday.
Hey, he hurt mine. You know, I knew Ben was bad about, like, dropping phones in press conferences, but I didn't know he was going to drop the phone call. I mean, I was down at the end of my phone call, and he pulled a big Howard versus Georgia and fumbled in the end zone.
Yeah, man.
Let me compare you to Jared Garantano and see how you like it.
Hey, I'm not the one with pictures staring down JG like he's a snack.
Stop. You supposed to be a preacher's kid. Stop bullying.
All right. Hey, y'all said I wasn't a preacher's kid, which my dad did quit doing that. You remember that? 'Cause I had a phone call about that earlier. I had to change churches because Tennessee.
I remember that.
Yeah. First thing I'll say is John Morant, he is a freak, is he not?
He is a freak. It was
God,
beautiful
I
to
mean,
watch the Grizzlies beat the T-Wolves last night. Shout out to Dylan Brooks, who was on fire.
Yeah, he's really making it fun to watch the Grizzlies.
Yep. If only they could start winning more than 2 games.
Yeah, I know, that's right. Second thing is,
hold on. So you're telling me that you spend your evenings watching a sports team in Memphis?
Yeah.
Okay, GTG DR Vol.
Hey, let's just remember, I'm not the one that. Yeah, I mean, you obsessed talk about Memphis like it's a college game day. I mean, you know, they got Tennessee signs, but we know they're Memphis football fans.
Yeah.
I was reading that Kentucky's quarterback may be back, and because the quarterback that played receiver said he may go back to receiver. How do we look at that? I mean, do we want that kid to stay that went from receiver to quarterback, or do we want the other guy back?
Remember we played Mississippi State, and I was saying, man, I hope this quarterback plays because, man, he's going to throw some picks. I just hope he plays. I don't want to go up against the running quarterback because
Tommy Stevens.
Yeah, Tommy Stevens. I don't want to go up against the running quarterback because he may pose more of a threat, more problems. Give me the quarterback, Tommy Stevens, to stay in the pocket. And what happened? Tennessee got a couple of interceptions off of him. Tennessee leads the SEC in interceptions with 13. Give me Seth because he likes to throw to the other team. He likes to throw it to the other team. I would rather play against him than to play against Bolden because he is like a little Lamar Jackson behind the line of scrimmage when he's running the football. And he is shifty.
And he can actually throw the football.
He can throw it deep.
They mainly rely on him to run the ball, but he's not just a guy that's just handicapped and just can't throw the football.
He can throw it deep. I mean,
I hope they play Sawyer Smith. I pray that they play Sawyer Smith. Please.
I call him Seth.
Seth. Yes, you did call him Seth.
I call him Seth.
Please
Sorry, Stokes.
play Sawyer Smith.
Sawyer Smith.
I think I said this on the RTI podcast. If Kentucky plays Sawyer Smith, I guarantee you Tennessee will win on Saturday. I don't feel the same way if Lynn Bowden plays quarterback.
I don't feel the same way if Lynn Bowden plays quarterback.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, because we're done so good for the pass defense. You just worry about containing that Bowden kid.
I agree with you, DR Vol. Everything you said, I just want to repeat it. And I'll say the same thing and make it my own.
Yeah. Well, I never got my question answered yesterday, but I'm not going to ask it because I don't get dropped again.
You can ask it again. I won't cut you.
What?
You can ask it again. I won't drop you.
Okay, well, I want to know who's worse about staring down receivers, JG or GTG?
Based on evidence that we have seen, probably JG. JG's done it probably more than Ben. Ben, your photo of you laughing during the press conference when Juwan Jennings was talking to the media, the way you looked at him, man, it was special, man. It's the way a lot of Tennessee fans look at Juwan Jennings. But that was only one time. JG he stared down a couple of receivers in his day here at Tennessee, so we'll say JG, just to be fair. How about that? Accurate, Ben?
Sure. I agree with everything you said.
Just repeat it. All right, who is next?
Dave Tona.
Dave Tona. Good morning, Dave Tona.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hey.
How's the weather up there in East Tennessee?
No, it's perfect to me.
Chilly?
Yeah, perfect.
Cool. So it's not chilly down here.
It's great, man.
So the question about should we be concerned about the recruiting? I think, don't start freaking out. We're a 4 and 5 team. We've got within the top 25 ranked recruiting class. We're a 4 and 5 team. So now to your point about we can't let kids from our backyard leave, 100% true. Has anybody heard about Hardy's injury that he received? Is that an issue?
Say it one more time. About what Hardy received?
The injury that he received a couple weeks ago.
Oh, he's in a cheap shot, the knee?
Right.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I believe he's back to playing football. If not, then I know he's back to playing football here soon, so he should be recovered just fine.
Okay. But, let's not forget about the other guys that we let leave. Clemson has got us a couple times.
We've got another school, so everyone gets everybody. It's just that.
Yeah, I know, but we lost a kid. We lost a kid from Oak Ridge.
Correct.
That's like serious backyard.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. Like, you're going to lose battles to other schools. It's the certain battles you can't lose. You can't lose the Amari Rodgers and the T. Higgins battle. You can't lose that. These dudes in your backyard. It's because you didn't tell them the truth or you messed up something that made them go somewhere else. Like, you can't do those, but you're going to lose battles to other schools. It's just the way it is.
When does this 5-star tight end, when's he scheduled to announce?
Yeah, I don't know when he's going to announce.
Whenever he wants.
Yeah, he got off.
I thought it was today. No.
No,
I haven't heard about.
That I'm aware.
I haven't heard about that.
Okay. All right. All right, gentlemen. Well, I just wanted to throw my 2 cents in the pot.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about him. Nope. No. There's no time scheduled for him to make an announcement. Nope.
I imagine he is a guy that will announce at an All-American game.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to the Under Armour All-American game. So, also local product, Barry Catholic, who's going to Clemson.
Brian Tucker.
Brian Tucker is also playing in the Under Armour game, too. So, congratulations to him. He gets love, even though he's not going to Tennessee. I give love out to our local kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you don't have to go to Tennessee. I'm not biased when it comes to that. I am more happy about these young men being able to play at the next level, meet their dreams. It doesn't have to be my school. I don't care about that. So kudos to Brian Tucker going to the Under Armour game. And he's going to play football at Clemson, so wish him nothing but the best. 865-250-503 B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Hour 1 is powered by Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. Stay with us. Be right back.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's. or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
You know what? The holiday season reminds me of SEC football. You need touchdowns over turnovers. So let me tell you about my friends who are ready to help. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union is ready to help you make this holiday season special for you and your family. They offer a special holiday loan at a very low interest rate and affordable payment to help you make those purchases for your family this holiday season. Oh, I get it. You're going all out this year. You're going to get that car, that boat, motorcycle, or camper for that special someone in your life. Alcoa 10 has the lowest interest rates around. They have money ready to lend you to help you make this holiday season one you would never forget. The process is fast, easy, and painless, and the decisions are made local, so you gotta give the loan experts at Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union a call, 865-977-3118, or check them out and apply online, atfcu.com. Better rates, better service, Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong. ATFCU is an equal housing lender.
Hey there, Swain event listeners. It's football time in Tennessee. While you're cheering on the Vols, you might be thinking, I would love to buy a home with a great place to entertain for games. Or maybe you're thinking, I'm tired of hosting all of these people at my house and we don't need all this space anymore. Whatever your plans may be, when you are ready to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, call me, Jennifer Morris, at Keller Williams Realty, 865-694-5904, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com, and go Vols.
Craving flavors that don't take hours in the kitchen? Mrs. Grissom's cheese spreads and chicken salads are the perfect go-to. Ready-to-eat meals and snacks found in the meat or dairy section at your local grocery store. Whether you crave the classic Mrs. Grissom's pimento cheese or the gluten-free select varieties like the cranberry pecan chicken salad, enjoy small-town flavor in every bite. Select the best. Select Mrs. Grissom's.
I'm Vince Moore, wide receiver, VFL 1991, and you're listening to the Swain Event. Around the SEC, powered by 42nd Street Marketing, your game-winning play call for design, marketing, and branding.
All right, around the SEC this morning, that is brought to you by 42nd Street. They handle your marketing needs there at 42sd.com. Print design, logo design, and website design. Ben, what do we have for around the SEC today?
It's SEC basketball season, which means we have a game almost every night that we can talk about the day after. So a couple of notable SEC scores. Our neighbors in North Alabama, UNA, they played in Columbia last night against the South Carolina Gamecocks. South Carolina won 77-55. Justin Mignon, South Carolina, had 17 points and 11 rebounds in his return from a knee injury that he suffered a year ago. Missouri beat Incarnate Word 82-42. Jeremiah Tillman scored 16 points. Texas A&M beat Northwestern State 77-63. And Vanderbilt beat somebody, but my computer just froze and is giving me the little the rainbow loading icon. Won't let me scroll.
They beat Southeast Missouri State.
There you go.
83-65. So
the debut of Scottie Pippen Jr.
Yeah, it was weird, man. It was weird to see Scottie Pippen tweet out, anchor down.
Scottie Pippen Jr., 7 points, 2 of 8 shooting, 6 assists. So.
Yeah. Oh, man.
What?
You know I'm a Bulls fan.
Oh, I didn't think about that until now.
Yeah, man. Scottie Pippen and Jordan, that's the best duo ever, in my opinion. That was tough, man, to see Scottie Pippen.
You think Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen is a better duo than Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson? You think that Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen is a better duo than Admiral Schofield and Grant Williams? You think Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen is a better duo than Lamonte Turner and Jordan Bowden? I just named 3 off the top of my head that are better than Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen.
All 6 of those players combined are not better than Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen.
No, I know. How about this? Joey Gatewood, former Auburn quarterback, he will be visiting Kentucky this weekend, according to Matt Jones of Kentucky Sports Radio, everybody's favorite Kentucky radio host. Gatewood announced his decision to transfer from the Tigers in October. Tight ends coach and recruiting coordinator Vince Morrow quickly hopped onto the case. Their interest intensified last week when he visited the quarterback, and now Gatewood is reciprocating the interest and will visit Kentucky this weekend for their home game against the mighty Tennessee Volunteers. So Tennessee needs to have 2 wins this weekend. They need to beat Kentucky first and foremost, but then they need to beat Kentucky so bad that Joey Gatewood does not want to go to school there.
I think we should talk to Joey Gatewood.
I think we should too.
But I see why he is looking at Kentucky. I mean, if Stoops stays, then they're going to need a quarterback. They will need one, and there's a culture built there at Kentucky, and Stoops has done a really good job. I understand why he's interested in Kentucky, but I wonder if we're going to get in on that.
I doubt it, just because you already have Kasim Hill. You have Harrison Bailey, and at least through spring practice, you will have J.T. Stroud and Brian Maurer. That's 4 right there. So, unless you just absolutely think that Joey Gatewood is better than all 4 of those guys, then I don't know. I don't know what you do. But if you do think that Joey Gatewood is better than all 4, you absolutely try to bring him in. I don't think there's any question about it.
I don't know if people thought. I don't know if our staff thought that Kasim Hill was just better than the quarterbacks that we had. But maybe he's just another option.
That's probably what it was. And he was a walk-on for a year, and you essentially get him free. He's won big games before, playing high-level football in the Big Ten.
Yeah. Josh in Virginia, not sure about Jones, the radio host anymore.
It's trending that way.
He has to make a decision on whether or not he wants to run for Senate, and until that decision is made, he cannot be on his radio show, which is also on iHeart, and there was a complaint filed by the opposing political party of Matt Jones. So I'm not going to get into all that. I think it's all pretty crazy to me. I don't like either side. But, Matt Jones may have to jump off the radio for a little bit. 865-255-03, B-Job Waterproofing Hotline. Attaboys coming up next.
At work? Can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys in the text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app.
Rain is likely today with a high of 57 and a low of 32. The sun comes back out tomorrow with a high near 46 and a low around 29. There is more sunshine in the forecast for Saturday with a high in the low 50s. Weather on the Swain Event is brought to you by B-Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, B-Dry can help. BDry.com.
Soreness, bumps, and bruises are a part of everyday life, whether you're a Vol or not. Surgery can be too, even for weekend warriors. Something that can get you back to feeling your best is therapeutic massage. If you've had surgery or are feeling the wear and tear of life, give our friends at In Touch Massage Knoxville a visit. They have a hand-picked staff and offer a clinical focus for folks going through joint replacement and cancer treatment. They serve neurological patients like those being treated for MS, ALS, and Parkinson's. Their staff even includes a lymphedema specialist. Plus, they offer a great relaxation massage. Don't ignore your pain any longer. Let the therapists from In Touch Massage Knoxville help. Located just west of downtown Knoxville at 601 South Concord Street, or find them online at intouchmassagenknoxville.com and on the phone at 865-236-1425.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to ofonox.com. That's ofonox.com.
Do you have sloping or uneven floors, foundation cracks, or a leaning chimney? Do your windows and doors not open properly, or are there gaps where the floor and walls meet? Don't worry, B-Dry offers approved foundation repair solutions like steel I-beams, helical piering, epoxy injections, carbon fiber applications, and more. Make sure that your home is on stable ground with B-Dry. Call them at 865-588-0454 or find them online at bdry.com.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Homes, remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy.
SwainEvent, fuel by Dead End Barbecue. Hour 1, powered by Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. It is that time of the show. Attaboy, where we highlight positivity, we highlight positive stories, and today, I'm really excited about today's Attaboy because it's college basketball, number one. Number two, it's a really just awesome story. Kent State, Kaylin Bennett becomes the first player with autism to score in a Division I basketball game. Yesterday they were playing Hiram, and he was in. Kent State was up 87-54, and he drives the lane and gets an and one. Left hand jump hook, sky hook for and one. And again, he becomes the first player with autism to score in a Division I basketball game. Ben, did I take your attaboy today?
You did. You took a half of my attaboy today because I have an attaboy that I was going to package together because they're two similar stories. But that is really cool. And if you go watch the bucket that he scored, he backed the guy down. It was a really nice bucket, and I expect for him to be playing going forward.
Last fall, Kaylin Bennett made history when he became the first recruit with autism to sign a national letter of intent with a D1 school, and this was months ago when this came out. But again, he officially scored his first points last night. So, Ben, what you got?
The other one ties in, like I was saying. Andrew Jones, a basketball player at Texas, didn't just return to basketball competition Tuesday after a long absence. He took a star turn. This is an article from CBSNews.com. Jones, who was absent for nearly 2 years while receiving treatment for leukemia, rejoined the Texas rotation and scored a career-high 20 points in 29 minutes in Texas's season opener against Northern Colorado, a game in which they won 69-45. Jones said, "I didn't know what to expect. It was a great feeling to be back out there. I didn't have any jitters. I wasn't nervous." Jones was among college basketball's biggest under-the-radar breakout contenders before his leukemia diagnosis. And it is really cool to see him come out and score a career-high 20 points in 29 minutes in his debut game, his first game back. So, attaboy to Andrew Jones, a Texas guard.
I love it, man.
That's perfect timing. Finished up as soon as the song finished up.
That was. 865-255-03. Got a few minutes left in the first hour. Rodney on the text box talking trash like we at the playgrounds. Let me go read it right quick. Said next time he sees me, he's gonna cross me up on the basketball court.
Rodney. You don't want those problems. I know firsthand.
Yeah, Rodney. You don't want that. Yeah, the only way you might beat me is if you're in better shape. But
that is the only way. Trust me.
That's the only way, man.
I beat Swain 1-on-1 2 or 3 times, but it was like the 4th or 5th game we were playing. Yeah. By that point, Swain was ready to leave.
Yeah, I was tired, man. Yeah, but Rodney, I don't need about, if we go on to 10 and we counting 3s, 2s, and 2s, 1s, I don't need that many shots for the game to be over, man.
Nope. I know firsthand.
Just letting you know, man. I can still shoot it. That's about all I can do.
But he did say he was going to cross you up, so
Rodney can't cross nobody up, man. He gonna break his own ankles. He trying to cross somebody else up.
I can see Rodney pulling an Eric Bledsoe from last night. That's Rodney playing basketball.
Let me get to Devontae, man, before we run out of time. Hour 1. Devontae, good morning. Devontae there?
Should be. Devontae.
Well, godly.
What?
I'm talking on mute, and I ain't got that much time because y'all finna go on commercial break.
You got a little bit of time.
Okay.
You got about,
I know you.
You about a minute.
Okay, I was gonna call yesterday, but Jay Hardy kind of threw me out after the last 4 or 5 Tennessee guys. I thought he would be one.
Yeah.
I thought him and Tyler would be. I mean, yeah, him and Mr. Barron. I thought that'd be the legit last 2 from the state, but still get a push for Tyler and Amari. I don't know too much about Amari and Reggie. I don't know if they'll really come, but we can give it a push with them guys. But, man, to go with along what you said, man, and you also a player that wasn't from the state of Tennessee. Hey, man, you can't get all of them. I know some people upset about Jay because he gave a vibe that he was going to be at Tennessee, but it happens like that sometimes, you know. St. Georgia won mad.
Yeah, I mean, you should be upset about not getting Jay, but that and Devontae Collins back, man. Hour 2 if you want to. You should be upset that Tennessee didn't get Jay Hardy, but that doesn't mean that you tweet Jay Hardy that you're mad at Jay Hardy. You should be upset at Tennessee for not doing what we need to do to make sure that he came to Tennessee. That's where your energy should go, not towards Jay Hardy. You're not gonna get all of them, but you got to get the ones that count. And Jay Hardy was one that counted for us. Hour 2 coming up.
Touchdown or turnover is up next on the Swain event.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. The next thing you know, you're being arrested for DUI. Be responsible, but remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call DUI and criminal defense attorney Marcos Garza. Put this number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty, say Garza. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to ofonox.com. That's ofonox.com.
You know what? The holiday season reminds me of SEC football. You need touchdowns over turnovers. So let me tell you about my friends who are ready to help. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union is ready to help you make this holiday season special for you and your family. They offer a special holiday loan at a very low interest rate and affordable payment to help you make those purchases for your family this holiday season. Oh, I get it. You're going all out this year. You're going to get that car, that boat, motorcycle, or camper for that special someone in your life. Alcoa 10 has the lowest interest rates around. They have money ready to lend you to help you make this holiday season one you would never forget. The process is fast, easy, and painless, and the decisions are made local, so you gotta give the loan experts at Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union a call, 865-977-3118, or check them out and apply online, atfcu.com. Better rates, better service, Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong. ATFCU is an equal housing lender.
Touchdown or Turnover is backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Touchdown turnover back by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong. Better rates and better service. After practice yesterday, Jeremy Pruitt talked to the media, and he let the media know that he was not too thrilled with the energy at practice on a Wednesday of game week. Touchdown turnover. You are concerned as a Tennessee fan about this week's game because of Pruitt's comments about the energy from Wednesday's practice.
I say turnover in regards to being worried about the game, because I guess I'm chalking it up as a one-day issue. Jeremy Pruitt also mentioned that it's been a long time since he had a practice in which he left and he was not satisfied with how practice went. So is it concerning that it's Wednesday of game week, a couple of days before the game, and the energy wasn't where it needed to be? Yes, it is. But in terms of it having a big impact on Saturday's game, I'm not all that worried, just because I'm going to chalk it up as a one-day misstep. But if it's something that was a problem on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, then absolutely I'm worried. But I'm just going to give them the benefit of the doubt and it be a one-time thing.
So you touchdown then. You just said it. You said you're concerned.
Yeah, but you related it to the game, and I'm not necessarily all that concerned about the game.
I'm talking about, are you concerned that on a Wednesday, Pruitt said that he didn't like the energy?
Well, when you word it like that, absolutely.
I'm saying touchdown. Now, please, simpletons, don't take this and go, oh, they saying they gonna lose the game on Saturday because of Pruitt's comments on the Wednesday.
Nope.
So, when you have game week, they're practicing on Sunday. Okay, at least unless they switch back to the old way of doing things. But they practice on Sunday. They get Monday off, and then on Tuesday you have possibly some play action pass, second down long, things like that. And then on on Wednesday, you have your third downs that you work on, both offensively and defensively. Wednesday is the last day of the week that you can really get after it. It's the last day of the week. Last day of the week. Thursday is more like dress rehearsal, and then Friday you have your walkthrough. So Wednesday is the last day you can get after it. So, yeah, I'm concerned because, I've played 4 years in Tennessee, and there were Wednesdays where we didn't have the right amount of energy and the right amount of focus. Tennessee has not had a bye week in a few weeks, so they're going to get one after this game, and maybe that's going to make the difference. But, yeah, I am concerned, which is why it's important for the leadership on this football team to make sure that they come out today, dress rehearsal. Now, you still can get a good sweat in dress rehearsal. It's not like walkthroughs. You're still going to get a good sweat in. You're probably going to have some shoulder protectors on. Probably won't have your full pads on. But
shells.
Yeah, you probably won't have shells on. You probably just have spotter pads, something like that. But you still get a good sweat in. You're still going to run routes full speed. You're still going to get a good sweat in. So you can come back today and kind of rectify what happened yesterday. Now, if you were bad on Thursday, then I would be really concerned and worried about Tennessee coming out flat at Kentucky. I would be really, really concerned about how they would play. But they have a day to kind of fix some things and come out with energy today. And I'm pretty sure they'll do that today. But you never want to have a lackluster day as far as energy and emotion on a Wednesday. You don't want that at all. So the leadership will make sure that doesn't happen today.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I said turnover when you first asked if I was worried about it in regards to it, or concerns regarding Saturday's game. And it's hard. You can't hear that and not be concerned. But in terms of it affecting Saturday's game, again, I'm just kind of chalking it up as a one-day misstep and putting faith in Jawan Jennings and guys like that, and the coaches as well, to really get it turned around and have a good practice on Thursday.
Yeah, but it's okay to be concerned.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with being concerned. For some reason, there's some folks who are like, yeah, you're being negative. What? The coaches are concerned. If it's Wednesday of game week and you didn't have the same energy you had against South Carolina on the Wednesday, Alabama on the Wednesday, Mississippi State on the Wednesday, UAB on the Wednesday, but then this Wednesday you don't have the energy, coaches are going to be concerned. They're going to talk to leadership and go, hey, we can't do that. We've built this thing the right way to get to this point where we know how to practice. We can't take a step back. We're not good enough to take a step back. So leaders, y'all got to make sure that we don't come out with that same energy. And then I'm pretty sure in a staff meeting that coaches have with the entire support group, you got to let the strength staff know, yo, we got to make sure our players have energy. So I need more yelling. I need more chest bumps. I need more hot sauce. I need more slaps on the butt. I need more juice in practice.
Yeah. It's weird. I was sitting there yesterday watching the wide receivers go through drills before they linked up with the quarterbacks and did routes versus air, pass skeleton, whatever you want to call it. And I thought to myself, man, they sure do seem loose to get today. Like almost too loose to where they're having a little bit too much fun during drills. It was kind of a different vibe to it. So I almost wonder if it's a sense of complacency setting in now that they.
I think Pruitt, when talking about energy, I think he's talking about the team. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
If they're having fun, that means they do have the energy.
Right.
Team period is at the end of practice. You've already went through everything else. You've done the individual drills. You've done the outside drills. It's the last tough day of the week. I'm pretty sure he's talking about the energy in that period, because it's usually ones versus ones, and if you don't have both guys competing at a high level on both sides, coaches are not going to be happy.
Yeah, and when I say that they're kind of joking around, having a good time, they would get the rep in, and then they would kind of joke around and mess. They weren't going through the drill nonchalant, not taking it seriously enough. So I didn't want that to come off as, the wide receivers aren't taking the practice seriously on a Wednesday. I just noticed a little more.
I just don't think they have anything to do with energy.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I just hope that complacency doesn't set in.
No reason to be complacent. He's 4-5.
I agree, but you look at the last month, they've kind of got things rolling. I hope that the players don't sit there and think, hey, look, we're starting to win games now. We've got it all figured out. If we continue to do what we do, I hope that mindset doesn't set in.
Gotcha.
Because, yes, they are 4-5, but of late they've won 2 in a row, 3 out of the last 4, and they played better football in the month of October.
Yeah,
and they're not playing like a 4-5 football team. So I hope they don't start to think that way.
Yeah, they haven't done enough to even read the newspaper.
Oh, I agree with you.
Yeah, they ain't done enough yet. 865-255-03 B-Drive Waterproof Hotline. Tennessee loses out on Jay Hardy for the time being. And yesterday we talked about, okay, what's going to happen next? Well, Tennessee just go down the list and go target the next guy. And Tennessee threw out an offer to a JUCO defensive end yesterday, looks like. I'm just going to close my eyes and let this fly. This young man's name. His first name is spelled Y-A-Y-A.
Yeah.
His last name is D-I-A-B-Y. I'm going to close my eyes and let it fly. Yaya Daba. Yeah, I'm going to go with that.
Yaya Diaby.
Diaby. There we go. Yaya Diaby. Final answer, Regis. Final answer. You a millionaire. Yeah, millionaire. Let's go get some 5 stars. Oh, man. He is the third-rated JUCO defensive end by 247 Sports, 6'4", 255.
And he just picked up an offer?
Yeah, it looks like it.
What did I tell you yesterday during the show? I said those offers are going to start to fly now.
Yeah, we both said it. We both said it, Ben. You want your credit?
Yes, I do.
You can go in the pantry and get you a cookie?
I do, actually. You got any ice cream back there?
Yeah, we do have some ice cream, but we don't have any ice cream cones, so you can't do your combo. You gotta eat your ice cream out of a bowl, Ben. I got kids, man. We don't do ice cream cones in the house. We do it outside the back porch. Like back in the day at Grandma's house. Take that popsicle outside. You ain't about to mess up my couch. But Grandma, you got plastic on it anyways. I don't care. Take it in the backyard. You ain't getting popsicle juice on my couch. I don't care if it got plastic on it or not.
Looking at Yaya's offer list. Louisville, Charlotte, Colorado, Hawaii, or as my grandmother says, Hawaii, Liberty, UCF, West Virginia, Western Kentucky, and now Tennessee.
You know what? Let's go to the phones.
Devontae called back in because we cut him short.
Devontae, good morning. What you laughing at, Devontae? Your grandma made you eat your popsicle in the backyard because they want you to get juice on the couch even though it got plastic on it?
And you better not leave them sticks in the backyard. You better pick your sticks up. You use too. Tell you that much.
You better pick those sticks up. You better put them in the recycling.
Now, I was laughing because you was like, let's just get to the phone. Let's get to the phone.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about his offer list.
Yeah, you got AP coming on today?
No, that was on Tuesday.
Okay, yeah, that was Tuesday today. We'll get to that with AP Tuesday, I guess.
We'll give it on Tuesday. I think you got your days mixed up. You had loosey goosey time over the weekend, and you didn't realize that maybe today is Tuesday. But we are gonna try to have on West Rucker. We'll see if that works out.
Okay, yeah, that'll work too. Cause that time zone switch messed me up, and then I left when it was 1 o'clock the second time, so I got to Huntsville. It felt like in 2 hours when I looked at my watch. Something wasn't right.
You sound sleepy right now.
Yeah, man, I am, man.
You still have your.
I got a question, man.
Okay, what you got?
Now, what shape he been, man? I know when I went to the game, I seen majority of everybody. I ain't too much worried about him playing right now. But is he even going to practice or anything? I haven't seen number 50 in a long time, it seems like.
Let's See, what had happened was he ain't playing Devontae. He ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing to get playing time.
Is he even dressing out?
To earn playing. He dressing out. He looking good in his uniform, man. Uniform look clean, but he ain't getting in there, man. He not getting in there yet. He gotta earn that trust first. Then he'll play more. That's
Yeah, man. No offense to East Coast football, but he came from East Coast football, and that's just, I ain't gonna say it's let's just say it's harder. Southern football and Eastern football is two different playing fields, especially when you're talking about them trenches. So he might got a whole lot to learn.
He had a big old club on his left hand yesterday.
From what?
I don't know. I didn't ask him. I didn't want Tracy Rocker
Probably
to bite my
punched
head
the
off.
room. Probably punched something.
You know Trace Rocker was in a bad mood yesterday.
And Pruitt.
You know he was after what Jay Hardy did.
Yeah, man, that was odd to me, but that was real odd. Like I said, I really thought Tyler and Jay was gonna be the last two, and I was hoping we made a pull for Elijah Young, the running back that we got committed to Missouri. But we got probably. I ain't gonna put a number on it, but we got majority of the top players out the state of Tennessee. Somebody gonna leave, people can't get mad. How you think West Virginia feel about Darnell Wright? Or the Georgia States feel about Wayne Morrison,
Yeah, I mean, it happens. You know what? It happens. You try not to let it happen too much to you when it comes to the really, really good players that you need. And it's not over with Jay Hardy. He's still going to fight, still going to try to recruit him and try to get him to flip. And that's why it's important to maintain a good relationship. And it's important for Tennessee fans not to act like hoodlums.
And to finish out the season strong, because there is a possibility that Auburn's season goes south and Tennessee's season goes north.
Yeah.
Auburn still has to play Georgia, which I think is an L. They still have to play Alabama, which is an L.
If winning matters.
If winning matters to Jay Hardy, Tennessee and Auburn could be close in the win range at the end of the year if Tennessee were to win out.
Yeah. Let's go back to the phones this morning, 865-255-03, and let's get to Nathan. Nathan, good morning.
Hey, fellas, good morning.
How you doing, man?
Good. Yeah, I was disappointed yesterday. I think like everybody, a lot of times when all of the crystal ball predictions are going your way, I'd say 7 out of 10 you end up getting the kid, because those guys that are making those predictions spend a lot of time talking to people and talking to the kids. So I think most people probably felt we kind of had that one in the bag. But after I kind of thought about it a little bit last night, and first of all, I've seen him. I'm down here in Chattanooga, so I thought he may be able to have an instant impact next year on our defensive line once he got in that weight room a little bit. I mean, he's a big, strong kid with big legs, and he's just got a lot of upside. But let's face it. Auburn's defensive line is pretty daggone good this year.
No doubt about it.
It's not like he's made a bad decision for himself.
No.
It hurts as a Tennessee fan, but when you go down there and you see all those guys getting ready to go into the league and make millions of dollars, and Auburn's not a bad place. So I hate to see that, but it's not totally out of the realm of understanding why he did what he did.
Yeah.
And number two, how's T. Martin doing on the recruiting trail? I really thought he'd come in here and do gangbusters. I don't know if we're just behind a little bit on recruiting altogether, but that's been a little bit, maybe he's done better than I know. But I really felt like he would come in here and push hard and be in on some big kids. So
I don't think anyone
thanks,
has.
fellas. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you, Nathan. I don't think anyone has lit the world on fire with this class. I don't think there's one coach who's just lit the world on fire. Remember, at this time last year, Tennessee didn't have Darnell Wright. You didn't have Quavaris Crouch. You didn't have Henry To'oTo'o. So it was a late push by Brian Niedermeyer. So, I mean, the class is pretty good, but I don't think there's anyone lighting the world on fire right now, to be honest. Not one coach. And
Niedermeyer has the chance down the stretch if he can land Darnell Washington.
Well, this is the way it works. You're only judged on what you've done lately.
Yep.
As a recruiter. And we got some dudes on our staff that was brought on the staff, paid big monies based on what they did at other schools. But they ain't doing it here. And that's probably going to get them in trouble when it comes to getting a contract extension. So you're only as good as your last class as a recruiter. I'm not saying that Brian Niedermeyer ain't great, but it starts all over for him. It's just like being a player and, okay, you had a good game on Saturday. The moment it's Sunday, you got to forget about it and get ready for the next game. Same thing applies here. So I don't think there's a coach that's basically lighting the world on fire right now. But we didn't light the world on fire last year at this time either, except for Wanye. Wanye was committed, and we kept Wanye the whole entire time. Swain Event, be right back.
While the other guys are taking guesses, the Swain Event is taking you behind the scenes and in the huddle every morning from 7 till 10 right here.
We're here with Dr. Michael Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine to do treatment and PRP. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, Achilles tendonitis, or tennis elbow, you should give them a call.
That's right, Jason. We specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged tendons, ligaments, and joints by using ultrasound-guided injections with stem cells or PRP. And this form of treatment actually stimulates the body's own reparative process, allows for healing of the damaged tissue.
So, Doc, what makes your training different than others?
Well, Jason, I've been practicing in Knoxville for 26 years, and I'm certified in interventional regenerative orthopedic medicine through the American Academy of Orthopedic Medicine. So unlike the big seminars that will advertise stem cells, fly the shelf, then they'll depart, leaving the patient wondering who will be the person injecting me. At Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, I'm the one doing the procedure, and we're using your own bone marrow stem cells or PRP. So in other words, it comes from you and it goes back to you. So you know exactly what you're getting, the level of training involved.
Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, trsportsmedicine.com. East Tennessee's leader in PRP and stem cell therapy.
The holidays are right around the corner, which means holiday party season will be here before you know it. This year, how about a dead-end rendition on your holiday tradition? Get festive at your holiday party with a catered meal from Dead End Barbecue. Their holiday menu offers traditional dishes with a dead-end twist, like their smoked turkey breast and cornbread dressing. To find out more about how Dead End can help you with your holiday party, give them a call at 865-212-5655 or email catering at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The holiday party menu search is over.
While the players are gearing up for the gridiron, it's time for you to get geared up at Alumni Hall. Find the best selection of Nike, Nike Golf, Peter Millar, and all of those retro logos you love. And the 2 for $28 t-shirt deal? Game changer. And don't forget about the rest of your game day crew. There are plenty of options for the entire family and to upgrade that tailgate. Shop now at one of their 6 convenient locations in Tennessee or 24/7 at alumnihall.com. It's football time in Tennessee.
If you aren't following the Swain Event on Twitter, then are you even on Twitter? Hit that follow button. It's the right thing to do.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, and we are joined live by Go Vols 24/7 senior writer Wes Rucker. You can follow him Wes Rucker 247 on Twitter. Wes, good morning.
Camp and then throughout the regular season, and then all of a sudden this one day when they happen to be playing their sixth game in 6 weeks, and maybe but I could see that being a deal where it maybe wasn't quite as bad as he let on, but he's just kind of trying to make sure that the team is focused, and because it's just when you got that bye week coming up next week, and you got a lot of things that a lot of guys that are going to get healthier. There's just a lot of things going on right now, and I think that could be a way to kind of snap and get everybody's attention and make sure everybody's kind of getting focused on this game. Or maybe he just saw something he didn't like, and that's just how it went. But it's just weird to me because he's liked how the way they practiced for months and months, and to have that one day was just kind of unusual. But maybe that's all it was.
Wes, on the way out of the door yesterday at Pruitt's press conference, I thought it was interesting that he dropped the nugget that Balin Buchanan, based off of the information that Pruitt had been provided, at some point is probably going to play football again. Whether that is this year or whether that is next year is yet to be determined. He said that he was going to meet with the doctors today, I believe. Do you see a situation to where Balin Buchanan maybe takes advantage of the 4-game redshirt rule this year and then continues to play football next year?
I can see that, yeah. I mean, and the most important thing, anytime you hear about an issue with the spinal column, that just sounds scary. I'm not a doctor, but that just sounds like a scary situation. So if they get that worked out and he is able to come back and play football, that would be really, really good news for Balin Buchanan and for this Tennessee football team. He's a guy that, if he's able to go out there and play, they could use him. And a guy with that much experience, a guy who's that kind of smart in the back end, he could, he could be a guy that they could use. I think it would be really, really a neat thing if that were to happen. So it'll be interesting to see what the doctors say. I mean, he's been able to run around. It's not like he hasn't been able to be out there at practice. He just hasn't been able to hit or do anything like that. But he's been able to go out there and run around and play football a little bit. So, yeah, I mean, I think that would be really good news and a really good story if that happens. You just hope that, the doctors know what they're doing, which I'm sure they do.
Speaking of doctors, Brian Maurer did not play last week, but Pruitt said that he was cleared. And my question is, any idea why you think he didn't play? And do you think that he plays on Saturday?
Well, I think they thought they could get through last week without playing. I mean, I don't want to disrespect UAB. I also think that was a deal where they thought maybe don't have to quite play him yet next week and give him another week. And I could see that. But I think we'll get a much better idea this weekend just how healthy Brian Maurer is, because if he's available, then I think he plays in this game. And if he doesn't play in this game, then I think it's a deal that they're still just not quite ready to clear him yet. It's kind of that simple. And, Pruitt's always been kind of an honest guy when you ask him these kinds of questions, and he doesn't really kind of hold things back. But I could see this being a situation where he doesn't always tell us everything. I mean, if you have an unstable situation at quarterback, the least you can do is make the other team have to worry about it too. Make the other team prepare for every contingency, make them waste their time. So I have a hunch that Maurer is okay and will be ready to do some things this week. I don't know that, but it just seems to me like they thought they could get through last week, and then they'll be able to go with him this week. I don't know that, but that just makes sense to me.
Yeah. I mean, you got three quarterbacks in the last couple of weeks have shown that they can move the football, and you can have some success with them if they're not making bonehead decisions. So it'll be interesting to see who plays this weekend for Kentucky. In your opinion, what's the better scenario for Tennessee's defense? Sawyer Smith playing quarterback or Lynn Bowden playing quarterback?
I think probably the better deal for Tennessee would be Smith playing. I mean, there's some things with Smith. Anytime a guy, I mean, he can throw the football. And, I've seen him play earlier this season. He's not a bad player. Now, I just think that anytime you have a quarterback who's a really good runner, that just opens up the field and that stretches defenses in ways that make them uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. And I know that it's weird because the 3 games that Bowden's been back there playing a lot of quarterback, or Bowden has been back there playing quarterback for Tennessee, he's not, it's been raining so hard you can't really tell could he throw or not. Because, the Georgia game and the Missouri game were so gross that it's hard to tell, would anybody been able to throw that much in those kinds of games. So I think he can throw the ball better than maybe people think he can. But when you can open up holes like that in the run, it's no mystery that he's had such success running the football. It's so hard to account for a quarterback who can run. Defenses just don't naturally do that very well. So this may not be everybody's answer, but if I'm Tennessee, I'd rather Sawyer Smith go out there and play. Because I'd rather have a quarterback I could go out there and hit pretty hard. I'd rather have a quarterback that doesn't move as well. That's just me, though. I mean, I don't know. I do think, though, that if Bowden does play, Tennessee's defense, and Jeremy Pruitt's defense over the years have been really good at kind of slowing down one-dimensional offenses, whether that was a passing offense or running offense. It's those balanced offenses that have given them a hard time.
Injuries contributed to Tennessee's offensive line struggling against the UAB. Tennessee is dealing with those same injuries. Wanye Morris, Darnell Wright, just to mention a few. Are you concerned about Tennessee's offensive line maybe not showing up because of those injuries on Saturday against a physical Kentucky defense?
Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned. I think that I think everybody should be a little bit concerned about that. Last week was the first time in a while that Tennessee's offensive line didn't look better. That group had been getting better all year. And really, I think the whole team has improved throughout the year. But where you've really seen that team take off and go to a new level has been right there up front on both sides. And the defensive line was pretty good again last week. The offensive line just had a rough night, Trey Smith had just a couple of mistakes, but mostly he was pretty good. But pretty much everybody else up front. Brandon Kennedy got beat like he hadn't been beat in a while. And Wanye Morris played so rough at times that he had to get benched for a little bit. So they had some issues there without Darnell Wright and without Jameer Johnson. None of them played really well, but I think they'll play a little bit better this week. I think Wright and Johnson will be out there, and I think those guys make the team a little bit better. So I don't know that they'll go out there and play badly. I think that group has some pride and won't want to go out there and look like that again. But yeah, it's a concern because Kentucky is not really a good team, but Kentucky's not a bad team either. And Kentucky has some big old dudes on both lines of scrimmage, some big older dudes who have played football in this league and who can push you around a little bit. So if Tennessee's offensive line goes out there and plays the way it did last week, it's going to be a long night for the Vols. That group absolutely has to play better, and I think it probably will, but I don't know that.
You think Tennessee wins this game, Wes?
I think so, and it's just I think both teams have some concerns, but when I look at both rosters, Swain, I just like Tennessee's roster better. I think Tennessee's got a better roster. I do. Now that doesn't mean they're going to go win the game, but I think Tennessee doesn't have to play its best to win this game necessarily, but it's got to go out there and play pretty well. And I think it can do that, and I think it will. But do I feel like I'd put a bunch of money on it? No, I don't. But I think that when you look at a line, that thing opened at 4, and it's pretty much a pick 'em now. So that thing's moved a lot just in a couple of days. And that usually means something. That means that there's a lot of people putting a lot of money on Tennessee. And I think history tells you that's a pretty safe bet. But, you know, you got to go out there and you got to play. If you ask anybody which roster would you rather have, I think most people would probably say neither roster is great necessarily, but Tennessee's is better. I think that's fair. You know, and Tennessee traditionally plays pretty well up there. So, yeah, I mean, if I had to pick, I'd say Tennessee, but, you know, I don't know if I feel great about it.
Wes, I want to ask you about the basketball game on Tuesday night before we get you out of here. Tennessee's win over UNC Asheville. Just your overall thoughts on the game, and then Barnes was not happy with Lamonte Turner and Jordan Bowden after the game and kind of how they've been reckless with the basketball. Do you think with that situation, it's a situation where Barnes will kind of let it play out maybe for a couple of games before he thinks he needs to make a change and try to see if Lamonte and Bowden can fix the turnovers by themselves, or do you think it's a situation where maybe we start to see Josiah Jordan-James as the primary point guard?
You know, I think he'll let that situation play out a little bit. And the reason to me is pretty simple. I think when you put as much as this team's going to have to put on Turner and Bowden, I think it makes a lot of sense for a player to go into a season kind of pressing when that's the case, because they know how much their team needs them and they know how many things they need to be out there doing. So I think it makes a lot more sense when you look at it through that lens. These guys know how important they are to this team. They know how reliant this team's going to be on them. So I think they're still going to be two of the primary ball handlers on this team. I don't think there's going to be any huge changes there. I think basically that Barnes is just trying to just kind of make sure he gets a handle on this thing before it starts to get worse and worse. I don't know that it's that big of a deal. I mean, we're talking about two guys who have played a ton of basketball at Tennessee. These are two guys that Rick Barnes loves, both as players and as people, and they've been so important to the program. I think they're probably just pressing a little bit. I think they're getting used to some of their new teammates, and I think they're trying a couple things. They're trying to go above and beyond when they need to just kind of go out there and do their job. If this happens for like a couple weeks, yeah, then maybe you do something. But I right now, listen, guys, I just think that they just need to kind of cool it, and those guys need to kind of take a deep breath and go out there and do their jobs, and they'll be fine. I'm not worried about that in the long run. I'm worried about their front court in the long run. I'm not worried about the situation in the backcourt. I think that'll sort itself out.
Wes Rucker, Go Vols 24/7 here in the Swain event. Wes, before we get you out of here, let us know what's going on at Go Vols 247 this week.
Well, actually, Swain, we're doing one of the coolest things we've done to this point. You know, we're still offering that 30% off annual subscription at Go Vols 24/7. But right now, if you're a member of Go Vols 24/7 or 24/7 Sports, you get free access to CBS All Access, you know, as long as you're a member. And that's the kind of the Rolls-Royce package there at CBS, where you get all the programs, all the shows on demand anywhere in the world. You get live sports from all over the world. You get all that for free with zero commercials. That's like $100 value per year, and you get it for free for life as long as you're a member of 24/7 Sports. So that's basically, there's no catches. That's just us giving you $100 a year for free in your wallet. So go there and check it out. You can go to our homepage and you can click a couple links and you'll already get it. If you're already a member, you can still go in there and do that. So if you're a member of our site, go take advantage of that because it's a really cool deal.
I like that, man. I like free. I like free, Wes.
If it's for free, it's for me.
That's what I'm talking about. Wes, thanks so much for your time, man. Really appreciate you getting up early this morning. I know you work late. Is our telephone number. Hour 2 is brought to you by Alumni Hall and alumnihall.com. Bring me all the basketball Nike gear. Bring me all the Tennessee football Nike gear. Bring it all to me. I saw one of the sweetest sweatshirts actually it was in Circle Park. I was in line. I was waiting on Seth, actually. Seth was in line to the bathroom. I was waiting on Seth. And I saw another guy who was behind Seth in line to go to the bathroom in Circle Park. And he had on like the sweetest sweatshirt up ever. And I was like, man, should I ask him where he got that sweatshirt from? Should I ask him? Should I ask him? Should I ask him? I was like, forget it. I'm about to go ask him. Hey, sir, where did you get that sweatshirt from? He said, Alumni Hall. Alumni Hall. So they got some really, really fresh gear out there for the fall, for the winter, and basketball gear is there as well. So gotta make a visit there to load up on my orange and white. Swain Event, be right back.
You don't have to take an L just because you can't listen to the Swain Event live. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling because you'll know that you're in love.
For a limited time only, Hiller is offering 0% interest financing for up to 48 months on qualifying high-efficiency HVAC systems. With no down payment required, expert installations, and convenient monthly payments, now is the perfect time to schedule. Visit happyhiller.com today.
Call the happy face truck today.
Hey there, Swain Event listeners. It's football time in Tennessee. While you're cheering on the Vols, you might be thinking, I would love to buy a home with a great place to entertain for games. Or maybe you're thinking, I'm tired of hosting all of these people at my house and we don't need all this space anymore. Whatever your plans may be, when you are ready to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, call me, Jennifer Morris, at Keller Williams Realty, 865-694-5904, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com, and go Vols.
Do you want a custom
steel, and their quality is second to none in the market. From stainless steel sippy cups to tumblers and sports bottles, Game Time Sidekicks offers something for the fan of all ages to rep their team with. They have
around all the time. Use promo code SWAIN at checkout to get 20% off of your entire purchase at GameTimeSidekicks.com. They also offer $5 flat rate shipping. Be sure to check out the Game Time Workshop on the website and customize your tumbler to make it one of a kind with things like your nickname, number, or initials. Game Time Sidekicks. Show your colors and carry your team. Gentlemen, are you feeling tired and grumpy? It could be low T, or it could be sleep apnea. Millions of men not only suffer from low T, but also undiagnosed sleep apnea. Low T Center provides a complete health assessment to check all of your levels. And right now, they're offering a $49 home sleep test to find out if you have sleep apnea in the comfort of your own bed. Low T Center makes it quick and easy to take care of your health. And most health insurance is accepted. Call 865-392-1388 or go to lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Due to a special purchase, Beatty Chevrolet has over 100 pre-owned crossovers and SUVs at tremendous savings during the $1 Million Markdown event. 100 crossovers and SUVs from Chevrolet, Ford, Nissan, Volkswagen, Toyota, Honda, Mazda, and more. All makes and models starting at $89.95. And we'll buy your vehicle on the spot. Plus, get the Beatty warranty for life during the $1 Million Markdown. Only at Beatty Chevrolet in Knoxville or shop BeattyChevrolet.com. Sale prices plus tax, title, and license.
Craving flavors that don't take hours in the kitchen? Mrs. Grissom's cheese spreads and chicken salads are the perfect go-to. Ready-to-eat meals and snacks found in the meat or dairy section at your local grocery store. Whether you crave the classic Mrs. Grissom's pimento cheese or the gluten-free select varieties like the cranberry pecan chicken salad, enjoy small-town flavor in every bite. Select the best. Select Mrs. Grissom's.
Rain is likely today with a high of 57 and a low of 32. The sun comes back out tomorrow with a high near 46 and a low around 29. There is more sunshine in the forecast for Saturday with a high in the low 50s. Weather on the Swain event is brought to you by Be Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, Be Dry can help. BeDry.com. Be Dry is celebrating 60 years of protecting homes across the U.S. They are the basement and crawl space experts. There has been historic rainfall in East Tennessee recently. If you are experiencing wet foundation walls, puddles on your floor, or water where your floor and wall meet, then you should call Be Dry. They have over 500,000 customers nationwide. Be Dry gives free estimates for all homeowners. Financing is available, and if you mention the Swain event, Be Dry will give you $500 off a full perimeter basement waterproofing solution. Wet basement? Better call Be Dry. 865-588-0454 or online at BeDry.com.
We all know that Vol Nation is all over the country. Traveling to games is a fun time for the entire family, but deciding where to stay can be a bit stressful. That's where the Big Orange Faithful at the Hampton Inn downtown come in. General Manager Stephen Lawrence and his team go over and beyond to make sure that you have the best stay in their brand new rooms. They have the cleanest rooms in the game, which include flat screen, microwave, and fridge. Not to mention breakfast is included in the room rate. Oh yeah, I almost forgot the best part. The Hampton Inn downtown is less than a mile from Neyland Stadium. While you're planning your game day trips, be sure to check out Hampton Inn online at hamptoninn.com and search Knoxville. Book Hampton Inn downtown today.
Hey, Mr. Max, you heard the lowdown? Nah, homie, give me the word on what's going on. Tell him what it is, Big Will.
Max, now the lowdown is no money down, only at the new Open Franklin Motors in Alcoa. No money down at the new Open Franklin Motors in Alcoa. Not $1,000 down, not $100 down, not even a nickel down. Low down, no down, only at the new Open Franklin Motors in Alcoa. 2 minutes from the airport, so fly on down to the new Open Franklin Motors next to Walmart, home of the original low down, no down payment. That is, why would you buy from anywhere else when you know we gonna get you done? Good credit, bad credit, slow credit, we will get you approved. So come on down to 911 Louisville Road, the new Open Franklin Motors next to Walmart, or call 865-980-8216. Turn down for what?
There are articles and news stories that you read about the things that people do. And when you're reading those and you start to shake your head, you start to scratch your head a little bit, you get confused, you don't understand why, you start to ask questions. But really, there's only one question that matters. What is that question, you may ask?
For what?
All right, we got for what here, and should be a really, really simple for what, and pretty self-explanatory. Ben, what you got, man? I'll let you take the show.
Thanks. My favorite thing about the NBA being back, and I realize the NBA is a turnoff for many in the southeastern part of the United States, but my favorite thing about NBA season is that you wake up every morning and there is a viral clip from one of the games from the night before. And that viral clip today involves Eric Bledsoe, a guard for the Milwaukee Bucks. Swain, when you are inbounding the basketball, what are you supposed to do? What are the rules in that situation?
So when you're inbounding the basketball, you need to know if it's a dead ball inbounds or if it's a live ball inbound after a make. If it's live inbounds ball after the make, inbounds pass after the make, then you can run the baseline. If it is not, if it's on the side or if it's a dead ball, then you have to stay still, stationary. You cannot cross the line or step on the line or the other team will get the ball.
Eric Bledsoe was the inbound passer, the inbounder on a play, and it wasn't on the baseline. I'm assuming it was after a turnover because it was on the side of the court. It was not under the basket on the baseline. He did not pass the ball in. The ref handed him the basketball. The ref blew his whistle, and Eric Bledsoe, as the inbounder, just took off dribbling. Didn't pass the basketball to anybody. Just took off dribbling, and he got to half court, and they whistled the play dead. So that was a funny moment. I retweeted it on my Twitter account. So if you want visual evidence, I know sometimes it can be kind of annoying to listen to people describe videos, but it is hilarious. I retweeted it if you'd like to see it.
So basically, he got the inbounds ball. He got the ball from the referee on the inbounds, and standing out of bounds, just walked inbounds like he was playing on the playground.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw the video, and the referee was like, whoa. Wait. You can't do that. You can't do that at all. Other team's ball going this way. Give me that ball, son. What are you doing with the ball? You got to think. Think before you act. Oh, man. 865-255-03 B-Drive Waterproofing Hotline.
Are we giving it for what to Butch Jones?
No.
Because at this point,
give him to Rutgers.
Well, Butch Jones removed his name from consideration.
That's a Rutgers for what? Usually when a coach removes their name from consideration, that means he knows he's not going to get it. And so I understand doing that. The latest out of Rutgers is that when Rutgers met with Greciano had a lot of demands. And I don't know why people are making fun of Greciano for having demands. You look at Rutgers facilities, and they are below.
They're terrible.
Average in the league. When you're trying to compete with the Michigans and Ohio States of the world, and they have all these nice facilities, your Rutgers, if you're trying to compete against them, then you need to get better facilities too. So, of course, Greciano's going to mention the fact that there's some improvements that have to be done because he just left Ohio State. So he did what he's supposed to do as a candidate. It's the same thing that Tony Vitello has done coaching baseball here. He's mentioned the facilities and how it hinders him be able to recruit. So I don't understand why Shiano should be criticized for making demands. He is in a position where he can make demands to Rutgers. He can't make demands anywhere else, but he can make it to Rutgers.
I'm just choosing to believe that Butch Jones is purposefully not taking a head coaching job in order for Tennessee to continue paying him.
That's why you want to give him a for what? I get it.
Yes.
All right. But no, I think Butch is the backup plan at Rutgers, and I think that Rutgers want Shiano. Butch knows that Rutgers want Shiano, and he's pulling his name out. I don't know why you even pull your name out. I guess it looks better.
It's kind of like when a boy and a girl are in a relationship and they both want to break up with each other.
Yeah, who cares who breaks up with who?
They do.
Yeah, man.
They want to be the one that I broke up with him. I broke up with her. That's what it looks like to me. Would you rather have Butch Jones or Greg Schiano as your head football coach at Rutgers? If you were the Rutgers athletic director, which direction do you think you would go in?
Wow, that's a good question. If I was Rutgers, which coach would I want? You know, the Rutgers athletic department, they went out and talked to New Jersey high school coaches to kind of get their opinion. I think that's important here. If Greciano had a really good relationship with those guys back when he was here before, then I think you got to go with the guy that you know that knows how to recruit to Rutgers, knows that area, and who has some success there. I don't care about his overall record. Being 500 Rutgers is pretty damn good, considering where they were when he first took over that. The marketing and all those things, that's something that Rutgers needs in a big way. Yeah, they need it. They need that in a big way. And I don't know if Greciano's all about that.
Yeah.
He looks stiff. He looks stiff, man. Looks stiff, khaki pants. You know, got a little hardball to him. You know, even though hardball tries to be cool, he just not. Greciano's stiff, man. I don't know.
I would be inclined to lean towards Schiano slightly, just because he knows how to have relative success there at Rutgers, but I would not feel great about hiring him just for the simple fact that, and Butch has these warts on his resume as well, but Schiano doesn't have the greatest reputation in terms of building a culture, both collegiately and professionally. So that would be my concern about bringing in Greg Schiano. But like I said, Butch Jones has those same concerns about his culture not being the greatest either. But I would probably lean Schiano just because he has had success there and he knows how to get it done, or theoretically he should.
Yeah, I think it just really depends on like the first go around with Schiano, how that went, and his relationships with people inside the state. That's what matters.
Nelson says that maybe Butch is holding out for Florida State.
Whew. Boy, Ben, you should be on Comedy Tour. That was good, man.
That wasn't me. That was Nelson.
Man, Nelson, that was more funny than a Jeff Foxworthy joke. that was funny right there. Man.
Funnier than Dave Chappelle.
Oh yeah, that was way better than Dave Chappelle. That was like George Carlin, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor. That was classic. All right, let's go to the phones. Let's get to Evan. Evan, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm in Atlanta. Weather's good today, so I can't complain.
Peace up, A-Town down.
That's what's up. Greg Schiano to me is like Butch Jones and Mario when Mario gets the mushroom.
Yes.
Maybe he can jump a little higher. Maybe the ceiling there's a little higher. But like all the terrible things about Butch Jones, like Greg Schiano is that and more. With like player relations and all this stuff, like his reputation. I don't know. So if I'm Rutgers, I really don't know which direction I would go. But I just thought that was my thought. Thinking, I remember thinking that back when all the Schiano Tennessee stuff was going on, and thinking to me that was the reason why. Why would you go after this guy when we just got through with this guy who's just a cheaper dollar store version of Greg Schiano?
Yeah,
but
pretty much. I mean,
anyway, that's
Rutgers,
not really
Evan.
what I wanted.
It's Rutgers.
The reason I was calling is more with the sort of lost out on his commitment yesterday. Is it fair to say, aside from Niedermeyer, that the staff is sort of underperforming with recruiting? And what kind of changes do you realistically see? Like, I know Kevin Scherer is kind of close to Pruitt. Is Pruitt really going to, I know at the end of his deal, is he going to re-up him, or you see more Tracy Rocker being the one that's kind of gone? Even though the defensive line has actually been pretty good, or at least it seemed to be developing. I just want to know your thoughts on that, man.
Thank you, Evan. I think there will be some changes. I don't know how much friendship is going to play into it. If anybody has a tighter relationship on the staff with Pruitt, that's Will Friend. They boys. And Will Friend's done a really good job with your team with the offensive line. So we'll talk more about it in hour number 3. Evaluating the staff as far as recruiting. Because I think it's just more than, this guy didn't get this guy, so the whole staff, is on watch. I think there's more to it. And we'll get to that after the break. Stay with us.
The Swain event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
While the players are gearing up for the gridiron, it's time for you to get geared up at Alumni Hall. Find the best selection of Nike, Nike Golf, Peter Millar, and all of those retro logos you love. And the 2 for $28 t-shirt deal? Game changer. And don't forget about the rest of your game day crew. there are plenty of options for the entire family and to upgrade that tailgate. Shop now at one of their 6 convenient locations in Tennessee or 24/7 at alumnihall.com. It's football time in Tennessee.
You know what? The holiday season reminds me of SEC football. You need touchdowns over turnovers. So let me tell you about my friends who are ready to help. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union is ready to help you make this holiday season special for you and your family. They offer a special holiday loan at a very low interest rate and affordable payment to help you make those purchases for your family this holiday season. Oh, I get it. You're going all out this year. You're going to get that car, that boat, motorcycle, or camper for that special someone in your life. Alcoa 10 has the lowest interest rates around. They have money ready to lend you to help you make this holiday season one you would never forget. The process is fast, easy, and painless, and the decisions are made local, so you gotta give the loan experts at Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union a call, 865-977-3118, or check them out and apply online, atfcu.com. Better rates, better service, Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong. ATFCU is an equal housing lender.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling because you'll know that you're in love.
For a limited time only, Hiller is offering 0% interest financing for up to 48 months on qualifying high-efficiency HVAC systems. With no down payment required, expert installations, and convenient monthly payments, now is the perfect time to schedule. Visit happyhiller.com today.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. The next thing you know, you're being arrested for DUI. Be responsible, but remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call DUI and criminal defense attorney Marcos Garza. Put this number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty, say Garza. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
You're listening to the Swain event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com.
Low T Center and lowtcenter.com, reinventing men's healthcare. Yeah. Let's go to the B-Drive Waterproofing Hotline.
Is that your Gucci impression?
That's my Gucci man impression.
Brr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Smokey in Charlotte. Smokey, good morning.
Good morning, boys.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Great. I'm great, man.
I just want y'all to know that yesterday I gave my all for Tennessee and going to give my all for Tennessee today. Passing the hat around here, getting it to the bag man so we can get that Hardy Boys mind right.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And joking aside, watching Cole Anthony last night at Chapel Hill, I mean, he just, I don't know if y'all saw it, but he absolutely lit it up.
A record.
And, yeah. And there was a long period of time where Carolina wasn't getting those kind of one-and-done players, you know. A little bit different circumstance where they had the academic scandal and all that, so Coach K did his best to take full advantage of that.
It's kind of funny that this year, to your point of what you just said, that North Carolina has the big one-and-done player, and Duke is kind of like what North Carolina has been the last couple of years, where they don't have that superstar, that Marvin Bagley or that Zion Williamson, but they have a bunch of good players. They just have a good team, but not just that one superstar, whereas North Carolina is the opposite. They kind of flip-flop. That's pretty funny to me.
It's absolutely true, and you know, Coach K really didn't take full advantage of it because he didn't get as many titles as you would have thought, and with Carolina going through the valley like that. But you know, my point is that you know there's going to be a time where you know when we get this, you know, we're getting this program back on track, and we're going to get the superstars. We're not going to have to get lucky anymore with a kid Well, take like Kobe White last year. I don't think they knew he was going to blow up like that. But Tennessee's coming back, and they're going to, they're going to have to start turning away some of these guys. So it's a long process, and yesterday was disheartening. I hope we're able to get back in it. But anyway, that's all I got. Thanks, boys. Love the show.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
I thought it was hilarious that Cole Anthony, North Carolina's best player that Smokey and Charlotte was referring to, scored 34 points in his debut, and Syracuse, in a different game against Virginia, a game in which they lost, also scored 34 points total. That game was 48-34.
The halftime was 25-19 or something like that.
It reminds me of the old Tennessee, what was that, Xavier they were playing, or Georgetown?
Georgetown.
When Conzo, but that score was even worse.
Yeah, it was like both. I think both teams scored in the teens in the first half. It was bad offensive basketball, but Virginia has been playing like that for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're playing against that Syracuse 2-3 zone, you gotta be patient.
Yep.
And Virginia is very, very disciplined, and you can get the shot that you want if you just understand how to beat the zone. You shot fake, you pass fake, get the ball in the middle, get the ball in the short corner. Just be patient. Syracuse will let you get your shot, but if you rush it and jack shots up from the outside, that's what Syracuse want, because they get the long rebound and they can run in transition. That's what they want you to do.
Yep.
But Virginia was very patient and got the shot they wanted.
Yep. And I know Smokey in Charlotte was using his Cole Anthony point to talk about Tennessee football recruiting. I 100% agree with him. But to add on to that, watching the first couple of nights of college basketball, watching the debut of Tyrese Maxey at Kentucky against Michigan State, watching Cole Anthony last night, watching James Wiseman at Memphis, these big-time one-and-done freshmen, these five-star players, really has me excited to watch Keon Johnson come in to Tennessee next year, Jaden Springer come in, Corey Walker. Though the guys that we have watched these first couple of nights, the guys that I mentioned, Tyrese Maxey, James Wiseman, Cole Anthony, those are the type of players that Tennessee is getting next year. And it's really cool to think that the talk of college basketball is those guys. It could be in Knoxville next year if those guys come out and have a big debut. So I know Smokey and Charlotte was relating his point to football, but on a separate note, that makes me excited to watch those guys come in and play at Tennessee next year.
Yeah. So, Evan, before the break, asked about just recruiting and made a comment about kind of the staff and kind of where we are right now. And remember that sometimes recruiting is not just all on the coaching staff. And I'm not trying to make excuses for what happened with Jay Hardy because you can't let that happen. There's cases where the assistant coach does everything right, and because you don't have the structure and you don't have things in place from top to bottom, you miss out on a young man. You do. Now, Kevin Scherer and Tracy Rocker, you can't let what happened with Jay Hardy happen. You just can't. If you got to stalk them, if you got to DM them every single day, if you got to play video games, Fortnite with them, whatever, get them a secret stash of college football 2020, like the secret version that no one else has. You got to get that for them. Whatever you got to do. But I don't want to sit here and blame the whole entire staff for that. But when you look at Jay Hardy's primary recruiter, and it's Kevin Scherer is making $700,000, like there's just there's not a good way to look at that. Like it's hard to kind of make an excuse. You just got to get that done. You just have to. So we have some really good individual recruiters on our staff, and we have to go over and beyond. We have to do things that maybe other schools are not willing to do, as far as offering early or spending more time, using resources to show a kid we really, really want them. I mean, you just have to do those things. until you get to a point where you can get away with slow playing a kid, and he's still going to come because he wants to be a part of your program. So this is a good lesson really for everybody involved, coaches, administration, everyone. What happened can't continue to happen. So let's go back to the phones. Let's get to Vol Nation. Vol Storm. Good morning.
Boys, how we doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Really? You're feeling good this morning?
Yeah, man. I'm feeling good.
Everything all right?
Yeah, everything's okay.
Okay.
Why? Something happened to the Bears? That the Bears trade Mitchell Trubisky yet?
No. I'm just checking on your. I'm checking on your health this morning.
What happened, man?
I don't know. I thought maybe you might have partaken with the Popeye sandwich like old Ben did yesterday.
I'm good, man. I'm good to go.
You good?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm light on my feet. I'm good.
What do you think is a more awkward situation? The way Ben looked at Juwan or the way Ben was staring down them Popeye's chicken sandwiches yesterday?
That's a good question. More awkward.
I'll give you one that's more awkward than both. The way I was staring down that apple pie.
I don't even want to know what you've done with an apple pie, Ben. Stop being nasty.
Oh, man. That was a good one. That was a good one. All right, man. They ain't getting no free pub on this show.
No. Pop, they need to be a sponsor of Swain event. Hand out free sandwiches.
Yeah.
I'll let you get to working on that.
No, Ben, I have a real job. So,
what you trying
to
say?
What a diss.
I know everybody's upset over the whole Jay Hardy thing, and I totally understand. I was upset about it too, but I mean, at this point, we just got to learn from our mistakes and move on.
Yeah.
And it looks like the mistakes have been that, well, we thought we had him. Well, you don't have him. You don't have anybody in that class until they sign that LOI. Period. You can't take nothing for granted, especially when you're going up against Rodney Garner.
That is the truth. Nothing but the truth.
Rodney's got that gold star on eBay, if you know what I'm saying.
He's one of the best, man.
And not only is he one of the best recruiters, he's also one of the best pure defensive line coaches in the country. He everybody talks about his recruiting, but nobody talks about his ability to coach up defensive linemen enough. Earlier in the show, we had somebody mention this year's Auburn defensive line, but just go look at his biography and how many defensive linemen he has coached up. Montravius Adams, Carl Lawson, D. Ford, Angelo Blackson, Devontae Lambert. And then he coached Richard Seymour at Georgia, Marcus Stroud, Charles Grant, David Pollock, Jonathan Sullivan. I mean, the list goes on and on. Geno Atkins. It's ridiculous. So, to your point, Volstorm, when you're going up against a guy like that, you just can't assume that you have him in the bag.
Well, and was Rodney Garner there when Auburn won the national championship under Chiswick?
No, he was at Georgia.
Oh, okay.
He was there when Auburn played Florida State in the 2013 national championship, though.
Well, but they didn't win.
Correct.
I don't care about who came in second.
Yeah, I'll take finishing second.
Don't tell me if they're in the neighborhood. Tell me if they're in the driveway.
Hey, I'll take finishing second in the national championship right now.
All right, Mercury Morris, Vol Storm.
Hey, at this point, I just take, just being outside the playoff bubble.
Hey, I'm taking going to a bowl game. I can't wait to go to Tax Slayer Bowl.
The Birmingham Bowl?
I don't know. See, I don't know about all that.
Hey, they go to Memphis. We'll go to Memphis. Go to Central Barbecue.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good time.
Yeah, don't get out of hand talking about the Birmingham Bowl. I'd rather pull a
No.
Todd Bray and say,
I do not want to go to
thank
the
you.
Booty Bowl.
No, I ain't trying to go to
Would y'all rather go to Birmingham or Shreveport?
Shreveport.
Shreveport.
I'm gonna pull a Tyler Bray on this one. I'm not going to that bad of a bowl game.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably rather go to Shreveport. At least we get some good Cajuns. Grew up down there. Just say it's Birmingham, man. I'm good. Not unless we talk to old Mark Ingram about what he's doing in a couple of years. Hey, Mark. Coach Fulmer steps down. What you doing, man? Hey, you up?
That's exactly who I want as my AD.
Huh?
That's exactly who I want as my AD.
Yeah, whenever that time comes. But yes, that's the only reason I would go to Birmingham.
Oh man, guys, you were talking earlier about your touchdown or turnover. I got to go touchdown. Your last, big practice right before a game and the energy's bad. If this had been like Monday or Tuesday, that's one thing. But Wednesday, that concerns me.
Yeah, it should concern you. It should concern the coaches, and that's why you're gonna come out today. And I guarantee you they're gonna have some juice. I guarantee you, because this is the last time you're gonna really get on the field work and you can make on the field adjustments. Because tomorrow's walkthrough, and then Saturday you play.
The juice man will not allow Tennessee to not have any juice today.
Who's the juice man?
Jawan Jennings.
No.
No.
You can't change your nickname in the middle of the season, man. That's not the way it works.
His name ain't the Juice Man. It's not Jarrett Tano. He's a dog.
We have a rule. We have a rule. You can't change your nickname mid-career. No. Nope. We are not allowing it.
Because then you start playing really bad.
Yeah, like JG.
We're not allowing it.
His mama calls Garrett Tano. I'm going to call him Garrett Tano.
It works too. All right, Ballstorm.
All right, boys. Well, everybody be sure and go by Home Depot. Those that are going up to the Kentucky game, because the fuse from all the meth labs will knock you over. See you, boys.
Ballstorm just providing everybody with free advertising this morning.
I know, right? 865-255-03 B-Drive Walker Hotline. Swain Event.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
The holidays are right around the corner, which means holiday party season will be here before you know it. This year, how about a dead-end rendition on your holiday tradition? Get festive at your holiday party with a catered meal from Dead End Barbecue. Their holiday menu offers traditional dishes with a dead-end twist, like their smoked turkey breast and cornbread dressing. To find out more about how Dead End can help you with your holiday party, give them a call at 865-212-5655 or email catering at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The holiday party menu search is over.
Soreness, bumps, and bruises are a part of everyday life, whether you're a Vol or not. Surgery can be too, even for weekend warriors. Something that can get you back to feeling your best is therapeutic massage. If you've had surgery or are feeling the wear and tear of life, give our friends at In Touch Massage Knoxville a visit. They have a hand-picked staff and offer a clinical focus for folks going through joint replacement and cancer treatment. They serve neurological patients like those being treated for MS, ALS, and Parkinson's. Their staff even includes a lymphedema specialist. Plus, they offer a great relaxation massage. Don't ignore your pain any longer. Let the therapists from In Touch Massage Knoxville help. Located just west of downtown Knoxville at 601 South Concord Street, or find them online at intouchmassagenknoxville.com and on the phone at 865-236-1425.
Due to a special purchase, Beatty Chevrolet has over 100 pre-owned crossovers and SUVs at tremendous savings during the $1 Million Markdown event. 100 crossovers and SUVs from Chevrolet, Ford, Nissan, Volkswagen, Toyota, Honda, Mazda, and more. All makes and models starting at $89.95. And we'll buy your vehicle on the spot. Plus, get the Beatty warranty for life during the $1 Million Markdown. Only at Beatty Chevrolet in Knoxville or shop BeattyChevrolet.com. Sale prices plus tax, title, and license.
Do you want a custom-themed tumbler or bottle to show off your team spirit every day of the week? Then look no further than Game Time Sidekicks. All of their bottles and tumblers are double-walled, vacuum-insulated stainless steel, and their quality is second to none in the tumbler market. New this year are their stemless 12-ounce tumblers, perfect for repping your team while enjoying your favorite wine. They also have new 3-in-1 jackets to use as a koozie for a can or bottle, or you can pop a lid on it and use it as a 12-ounce tumbler or coffee cup. Be sure to check out everything Game Time Sidekicks has to offer at GameTimeSidekicks.com. Game Time Sidekicks, helping fans show your colors and carry your team with unique gear you will actually use. We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today. JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
So on Saturday, Seth was in town, his wife, and we went to Dead End Barbecue. Ben joined us, and I went with the Bernie Mac, man. I went with the Bernie Mac. Pimento mac and cheese, topped with the barbecue brisket burnt ends. You have drizzle of their spicy wing sauce over the top, and then on the side there's a spoon full of chow chow. Just add a little bit of texture, crunch to the dish, and got the scallions on top. Oh my goodness!
It was good. I got my usual, and it was nice because I had spent the last 2 days in Gatlinburg with some friends and was coming back over to Knoxville for the football game that night. Had to go to work.
Man, it was good stuff.
And that Bernie Mac hit the spot before I went over to Neyland.
Yeah, it was good stuff, man. Dead End Barbecue, deadendbbq.com, and the holiday menu was out. So if you don't want to be in the kitchen working tooth and nail for your Thanksgiving meal, then you can always pick up a side or pick up the main dish at Dead End Barbecue. So they do the holiday menu there, Dead End Barbecue, so make sure to check them out, deadendbbq.com. Swain Event fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. And hour 3 is powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. November is Men's Health Month, so a reminder to take care of your health. Low T Center is offering a $49 comprehensive health assessment and a $49 home sleep test, so you can get both of those for $49 a piece there at Low T Center. So great deal. No need to wait till the beginning of the year to make your resolutions and your health goals. You don't have any days to waste. You don't have any time to waste. You got to address those issues right now. You can do that at Low T Center. Comprehensive health assessment, $49. All right, let's take a look at the famous text box this morning. DR Vol says that chow chow is awesome. I'm coming up for Jawan's last home game, and I can't wait for Bernie Mac and 1 gallon of banana pudding. Tyler M says the only Vol that I consider as juice right now is the Gator Killer himself, Mr. Jabari Juice Davis. Vol in Birmingham says I'll take any bowl that we can get into, but I really want Memphis and Nashville. Yeah. As a fan, I don't want to go to Birmingham. As a player, I go whatever bowl game I can get to. Because you are Tennessee, you don't really have to worry about going to a lackluster bowl because we know bowl games are more than just about the record. It's about making money. And bowl games know, Tennessee fans, that you like to travel, you like to support your team, and you like to spend that money. So they want you. You have leverage. Tennessee has leverage. So, yeah, we can get maybe a better bowl than another program with the same record because their fans stink. I don't know a nicer way to say that.
The fans do stink.
That's just the truth. That's just the truth. That's just the truth. Nelson says, is Pruitt's hands on any recruits like he was with Eric Gray? I'm not sure the players that Pruitt has gotten involved with. Pruitt has kind of taken this little step back from things that he did last year, having his hands in everything. I wouldn't imagine recruiting would be something that he would just totally keep his hands off of because it's so important. And he's a head coach. So sometimes you have head coaches that get involved when a player gets to second base or third base. You know, that primary recruiter kind of helped get that player along to the second base or the third base. Now the head coach comes in and is more of the closer. Does Pruitt, is he involved from the moment Tennessee throws out the offer? Is Pruitt involved every time the primary recruiter talks to the player? Is Pruitt right there talking to the player too? I don't know. Sometimes you have head coaches get involved early. Sometimes they don't. CMBTNG says, everyone wondering why this staff can't recruit. I wonder if they ask themselves what the fan base has to do with it. I wonder if they really listen to the show or they just hear it. They burn down from the inside as soon as things go bad. The UAB game, none of the seats were filled on deck. Go to Auburn, Bama, LSU, UAB, where there's competition, with the fan bases are supportive and they actually sell out every game, no matter the circumstances. I don't think the fans had anything to do with this one.
The last 10 years of misery have everything to do with Tennessee's struggles in recruiting right now.
Yeah, I don't.
If we want to consider them struggles in recruiting.
Yeah, I don't think this one was about the fans. Now, I'm not going to sit here and take up for every single thing that is said on social media from the fans because some of the stuff is just downright despicable. But when you look at what matters, and that's the showing at the games, you look at South Carolina, and there was right at 90,000 people there, and it was allowed. You look at UAB, it's homecoming, it's a night game. There was 85,000. I mean, that's just about what you're going to get, homecoming, for a team that's a couple games below 500. So I don't want to make it seem like we're looking at the fans and blaming them for what happened with Jay Hardy, because I just don't agree and think the fans had anything to do with it. You know, Auburn was mentioned, Bama was mentioned, LSU was mentioned, UGA was mentioned. Well, those teams are winning more, so of course those fans are going to show up and they're going to watch those games. Tennessee, like you said, Ben, it's been a long time of not just mediocrity, but not even that. Just trying to be irrelevant. So no, I don't think the fans had anything to do with Dre Hardy. Now the fans can help. No, fans can help. Fans can help. Fans can hurt. But in this particular case, I don't think it had anything to do with it.
We had a very cool message on the text box this morning at 7:30 from Jeff Villa. Says, "What's up, Swain event? I'm rocking the orange in Seoul, Korea all weekend singing Rocky Top in Korean. I'll be up all night to watch the game live Sunday. Go Vols." And then I believe he also typed Go Vols in Korean. I'm not familiar with the Korean language or how to write in Korean, but I imagine that's what he was saying. So,
or maybe he said Ben is cool.
Or Ben is stupid.
Maybe he
which
said
is
that.
probably what most would say.
Maybe. Al Wilson fan says, "Just fear we are about to take a step backwards in Lexington." Yeah, you certainly hope not. This is kind of the first away game in a while that both teams are pretty equal. And, yeah, we went on the road and played Alabama. That game is what it is. But you played South Carolina at home. You played Mississippi State at home. You got those wins. And you had the home crowd kind of fueling the players and the players kind of feeding off the crowd. Well, you're not going to have that on the road. So, offensively, can we deal with the noise? Defensively, can we make the same adjustments? Can we communicate properly the same way we did at home? Can we do that? So, some different challenges, and I understand what Al Wilson fans talking about. I mean, we're Tennessee fans. You never know when to take your cup off, when to expect good things, when to expect bad things. That's why Wednesday's practice, according to Pruitt, he didn't like the energy. That's a perfect reason to be concerned. Don't have to freak out. Don't have to put money on Kentucky. Don't have to say, "Oh, we're gonna lose." It's something that you fix with your leaders. You come out today at practice. You make sure you have the right energy. Make sure that you're whatever plays you put in early in the week, that you are running those plays correctly, and you don't have any mental mistakes. Guys are knowing where they're going. They understand the game plan, and you have a clean practice with energy. That's what you hope you can do after last night's or yesterday evening's practice.
Let me ask you this: during your playing time, I know this may be a little hard for you to remember, but
Ben.
I didn't mean it in that way. But
Trying to say I got CTE?
What? No,
That's exactly what you just said.
I've asked you things before, asking you about your practices at Tennessee, and you have said that you don't remember. I don't mean this in a mean way, but it was quite some time ago, and it's understandable for you not to remember every single thing about your playing days.
Yeah. What you got?
And you mentioned earlier in the show that there were practices that you all had where the energy wasn't where it needed to be at different times of the season. Do you remember a practice in which it was a Tuesday or Wednesday of game week, or maybe even a Thursday, in which it just was not a good practice? The energy wasn't where it needed to be, and that absolutely translated to a loss, or maybe it was just a one-day thing. It was a fluke that it happened, and it resulted in a win.
Yes, it has happened before. We've had practices where we did not have the greatest Wednesday, and you came out there on Saturday and you played like it. We've also had Wednesdays that you didn't have the best day, and then you came out on Saturday and you played great.
Mm-hmm.
But 10 times out of 10, you feel more comfortable heading into the game where you've practiced well on a Wednesday. There are anomalies where you play really good and you don't practice well. But to ensure that you play well, you want to make sure that you have the best practice possible. That's with energy. That is with execution in practice, guys knowing where they're going. So, yeah, I've experienced that as a player. And you have a sense of urgency to come out the next day on Thursday and clean those things up. And before practice, because you have meetings an hour, 2 hours before practice, that is a point of emphasis. The moment that the meeting starts, the position coach is at the front of the room, and he's saying, "Guys, yesterday's practice wasn't acceptable we got to make sure that we have the right energy. Guys are knowing where they're going. We talked about this in the staff meeting. You know, our position coach would tell us sometimes what was talked about in the staff meeting. Guys, yesterday wasn't good enough. Come on, we gotta bring it today. So, yeah, that's going to be probably mentioned in meetings today by a few position coaches. Again, it's no reason to like freak out and Tennessee's going to lose based on Pruitt's statement, but it is something to be concerned about and address. And
Do you
that's
think?
what they'll do.
Do you think that, although it's the Thursday before the game and typically it's a lighter day, do you think because of the dead energy at practice yesterday, do you think that maybe he'll turn things up a little bit more for today's practice? He being Pruitt, do you think he'll turn it up a little bit more today to kind of make up for it?
I don't know how it would turn it up.
A little more of an intense practice instead of.
He might bark a little bit more. I mean, coaches may bark a little bit more. Coaches may be more vocal. Strength conditioning coaches may be more juice. I anticipate that. But it's not like you're going to have a physical period. Like, all right, we're going to make sure everybody's pumped. We're going to do Oklahoma drill. We're going to do a contact drill. Well, you're not doing that today. It's no contact.
Right.
So at this point of the season, everyone's banged up and sore. You really want to have practice where you don't have to put on pads and hit each other to still be able to hit during the games. Now, offensive line, you wonder, based on last performance, guys, do we need to go back and go full pads and do some 908? Do we need to do that? Because there's times when later in the season, Coach Foreman was trying to protect us by not beating us up in practice, but our aggression wasn't at a level it needed to be on Saturdays. We didn't mash people in the mouth in the running game. We were not physical up front. So the next Monday, because we practiced on Monday and took Sunday off, but that Monday when it was goal line day and short yardage day, it was physical. We had full pads. And then Tuesday, when you thought you were going to be in shorts, no, you in full pads too.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully you don't have to do that. And the teams who are the most mature teams are able to practice in shorts and still thud to the whistle and still protect each other. So hopefully you can still do that without having to go full pads. But because we didn't necessarily win in the trenches like we did against South Carolina, I don't know. Maybe the coaches are thinking that. I don't know what the coaches are thinking.
But even with that, you can't really intensify that because
Can't do it
you're
today.
banged up.
Oh, well, you can't do it today.
Well, even if you wanted to, you couldn't because you're banged up.
You can do some things. You can go half line.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do some things, but you're not gonna do it today because you're trying to save guys' legs for Saturday.
And you are going to need them on Saturday. Kentucky's defensive line is very physical. As Wes Rucker said, they have big men. Trey Smith said that numerous times during his media availability on Tuesday, saying that compared to his freshman year when he first played Kentucky, a much bigger defensive line.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the phones this morning, 865-255-03. Let's get to Titans-Bill, my good friend.
Good morning, my good friend Jason.
Good morning.
Buddy, you know, the one thing that I really liked about Coach Pruitt's press conference, and boy, when he talks to the media, he don't pull no punches. Like one member of the media said, you know, what bowl game you thinking about? And he goes, I'm not worried about no stupid bowl game.
That's right.
Only thing we're worried about is focusing on is Kentucky.
That's right.
And only Kentucky.
That's right.
Not no bowl game.
You can't worry about a bowl game right now. You're not even eligible to go to one, so why even think about it?
So that's the one thing that when he's like Saban right there when it comes to stuff like bowl games or stuff like that. He just wants to focus on beating Kentucky, and I believe they will beat Kentucky this coming Saturday. And another prediction I'm going to give you, I'm going with Dallas over Minnesota tonight.
I think that's a pretty fair pick. I will say, now Minnesota's defense is really good. Minnesota's offensive running game is dang good, and they've been throwing the ball well. But Adam Thielen may be out with the injury.
Well, and the Chargers and Raiders play tonight.
Oh, well, Titans Bill. Sorry, man. No game. That's not going to happen tonight.
I did not know. I thought it was just Minnesota and Dallas.
No, sir. Dallas just played the Giants on Monday Night Football, so they'll be playing on Sunday.
No, they'll be playing tonight. They'll be playing the Vikings tonight. Today's Thursday.
Minnesota and Dallas is Sunday Night Football. The Chargers.
It's tonight.
Okay, Titans.
What's today? Today's the 7th?
Today is Thursday.
Yeah, NFL.com says tonight's game, 11/7, 8 p.m. Fox, Amazon Prime Video, NFL Network, Chargers at Raiders.
I thought it was Dallas and Minnesota. Okay, I misread the advertisement.
It's okay, Titans Bill, man. It's all
So-
right. Don't beat yourself up, Titans Bill. Don't beat yourself up.
Do you have a prediction for the Chargers Raiders game?
Don't beat yourself up, Titans Bill.
But I still believe Dallas. I'm still picking Dallas over Minnesota. And tonight, I believe I'm going to take the Chargers over the Raiders because I do not like the Raiders head coach.
Raiders looking good right now. They back to 500 and looking pretty good. Dallas and Minnesota plays Sunday night.
Because I did not like the way he treated the University of Tennessee.
No, I ain't like that either.
So that's the main reason why I'm going with the Chargers, and the Chargers is playing some good football right now.
Yes.
Let's
It's gonna be
see,
a good game.
they beat Green Bay, and they also upset your Bears.
No, it wasn't an upset. I was upset, but it wasn't an upset. I knew that game was gonna happen. Sorry, Trubisky talking about he don't want the TVs on in the facility because he don't want people talking about his team. Trubisky, they not talking about the team. They talking about you. You stink. They talking about you. Don't try to bring the teammates into it. I don't want them talking about my teammates. They talking about you. You and the coach. Everyone's talking about y'all, how y'all stink together. Sorry, Titans Bill.
Good to talk to you as always, my good friend.
You too, Titans Bill. Trubisky wants the facility TVs off to shut out critics. Bro, the biggest critic that's bothering you is yourself because you are in your own head and you're not playing confident. Don't blame it on the fans. Don't blame it on the critics. You're the one who's not playing confident. That's your biggest critic. That's the critic who matters the most. The person in your head, that little voice that tells you what you can or cannot do. Don't blame it on the critics. I don't want to hear it. 3-5.
I heard
get to the playoffs. Got the best defense in the league over the last 2 years. We 3-5. We drafted you the second pick, traded up and got you.
I was listening to a podcast yesterday, and Mitchell Trubisky was brought up, and what they were saying just made me feel really bad for you. Because you know what they said? They said that might be the worst draft pick in NFL history, considering the fact that they passed over Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes. And the fact that he was the second overall pick and he sucks. And I also did not realize, it didn't hit me that because John Gruden traded Khalil Mack to the Bears and the Bears gave up 1,000 first-round picks for Khalil Mack, that with every loss, this year's first-round pick gets better and better for the Raiders. So it's at right now it's 10th overall, but with the way the Bears are playing, it could grow to like a top 6, top 7 pick.
It don't even matter if you tank. The Raiders got that pick anyways. You can't even tank for Tua. Oh, man. God, see, they get my blood pressure up, man. That's why I ain't been talking about the Bears. I ain't been talking about them for a reason because I get mad every time.
All I know is if Triple O does not call in tomorrow and we don't have a Bears-Lion 3 to 5 minute back and forth, I am imposing a suspension on Triple O.
Dude, his team is 3-4-1, and my team is 3-5. We both stink. What's the point?
Because it is comical to watch you all go back and forth.
What we
or
doing?
listen to you go back and forth.
We fighting for the right not to be in last place?
Yes. Also, what were the Packers doing this past weekend? They forgot to play football.
They were feeling themselves a little too much, reading the press clippings. And
Like Tennessee might be doing.
Tennessee ain't doing that. Tennessee ain't number one in anything except for interceptions in the SEC. There's no reason to be feeling yourself and thinking that you did something. You haven't done anything.
It's not the only thing they're number one in.
Number one in what else?
Touchbacks.
Oh, Lord. Let me go to the phones.
Got Turkey Man.
Turkey Man, good morning.
Good morning, individuals.
Good morning.
You know what I hate worse? When I use my hat for hat rack. My head for hat rack. And I hate it when my sausage burns. Don't you?
Yeah, I hate that too, man. Mine was burning a little bit talking about the Bears.
Should get it.
You're talking about trash talking, you and Jamie. That's kind of like Tennessee fan trash talking with Vanderbilt, ain't it?
Yeah, I don't trash talk Vanderbilt right now.
No, can't do that. A couple of questions I was going to ask. Number one, I was going to point out, you was talking early in the show about players that could play basketball and football.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Ron Whibby did it at a high level. And I had an opportunity to watch him play back years ago. But he's good in basketball, and he probably one of the best punters we had, and he did it at a high level. And he is in the Hall of Fame, by the way. And y'all check that out because he did it at a high level.
I've got it right here, Turkey Man. He is a former American football punter in the National Football League for the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers. He was also a member of the New Orleans Buccaneers of the American Basketball Association, and he played college football at the University of Tennessee. He was a fourth-round pick, played his high school football at Fulton High School.
Pretty awesome.
PU, baby.
PU. Before PU was cool.
I'm telling you, Punter University since day one.
Hey, I'll tell you something we got to look at. It's supposed to be a cold in Kentucky. Now, that's going to be hard for Jerry Tomo to be able to hold that ball one-hand cold.
What did you call him, Turkey Man?
Jerry Tomo.
Okay, that sounds about like what the announcer said last week.
Jerry Tomo.
Yeah, I think they said that.
But I'm just telling you, Chubbs will have a hard time putting.
Hopefully he
It's gonna
doesn't
be
have
cold.
to punt.
All right, guys, have a good weekend. I'll get out and let you close out this show and try to bring it back together and land that plane.
I don't know. I thought it was hilarious.
No. You can't just breeze by what you and Turkey Man just did to this show. Are y'all trying to ruin this show?
No. Some may think I do on a daily basis, but I try not to.
I'm separating you guys. Y'all like the two kids in the classroom that when you get together, you disrupt everybody else. The teacher got to separate y'all, put you on one side of the room, put Turkey Man on the other side of the room.
Oh, please.
That's you and Turkey Man.
You're the one to talk.
Talking about PU. We ain't been PU all year.
You're the king instigator.
We ain't kicked the ball past 40 yards this year in the punt game.
Then how come Paxton Brooks had a long of 54 yards against UAB?
Because it probably rolled of 15, 20 yards.
Yeah, probably right. But real quick before we go to break, I thought it was funny. Yesterday, Jeremy Pruitt was asked about what Tennessee is going to do because Jarrett Garantano can't clap because of his wrist, hand injury. And Jeremy Pruitt's response, we have a plan.
You can do silent count and put your hand down. Like that.
I know. It was just funny. Jesse Simonton asked a good question, a fair question. And Pruitt just looked at him like, well, we've got a plan.
Well, you're not probably going to be able to clap and hear anything anyways on the road, so it's a perfect time to do the silent count anyways in shotgun.
Are you saying that Kroger Field is going to be a hostile environment?
Just like Black Friday at any other retail store. Hour 3 continues after this.
Hour 3 of the Swain event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling 'cause you'll know that you're in love.
For a limited time only, Hiller is offering 0% interest financing for up to 48 months on qualifying high-efficiency HVAC systems. With no down payment required, expert installations, and convenient monthly payments, now is the perfect time to schedule. Visit happyhiller.com today.
Call the Happy Face Truck today. You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. The next thing you know, you're being arrested for DUI. Be responsible, but remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call DUI and criminal defense attorney Marcos Garza. Put this number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty, say Garza. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
Gentlemen, are you feeling tired and grumpy? It could be low T, or it could be sleep apnea. Millions of men not only suffer from low T, but also undiagnosed sleep apnea. Low T Center provides a complete health assessment to check all of your levels. And right now, they're offering a $49 home sleep test to find out if you have sleep apnea in the comfort of your own bed. Low T Center makes it quick and easy to take care of your health, and most health insurance is accepted. Call 865-392-1388 or go to lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Hey, Mr. Max, you heard the lowdown? Nah, homie, give me the word on what's going on. Tell them what it is, Big Will.
Mac, now the lowdown is no money down, only at the new Open Franklin Motors in Alcoa. No money down at the new Open Franklin Motors in Alcoa. Not $1,000 down, not $100 down, not even a nickel down. Low down, no down, only at the new Open Franklin Motors in Alcoa. 2 minutes from the airport, so fly on down to the new Open Franklin Motors next to Walmart, home of the original low down, no down payment. That is, why would you buy from anywhere else when you know we gonna get you done? Good credit, bad credit, slow credit, we will get you approved. So come on down to 911 Louisville Road, the new Open Franklin Motors next to Walmart, or call 865-980-8216. Turn down for what?
Rain is likely today with a high of 57 and a low of 32. The sun comes back out tomorrow with a high near 46 and a low around 29. There is more sunshine in the forecast for Saturday with a high in the low 50s. Weather on the Swain event is brought to you by Be Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, Be Dry can help. BeDry.com.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
Good idea. I think Brian Maurer will play.
Better be careful.
He's been taking the first team reps in practice this week.
Better be careful.
I think we will see multiple quarterbacks. Unless whoever starts just lights the world on fire.
Man, we've seen multiple quarterbacks, probably since the Florida game?
When was the last time we've seen a quarterback play the whole game? I guess it would be the BYU game. Because Maurer went in against Florida. It's BYU game.
UTC? Who went in against UTC?
All three.
Yeah, so.
BYU, JG played the whole game. Of all the games that a quarterback change needed to be made. But at the time, it was understandable because the coaches, as they have said, based off of practice, they expected the JG that showed up in the second half against Mississippi State, the JG that played against South Carolina, the JG that played well at times against Alabama, outside of the missed throw to Juwan Jennings and the big fumble.
I mean, it's just really easy to do the whole revisionist history thing.
Yeah.
Like, man, if I would have did this would happen. Yeah, but at the time, you made the decision that you thought was the best one. And you can't sit here and say that you would have made a different decision. It's like, sometimes during my time in Tennessee, even afterwards, I asked myself, okay, if I would have went to a different school, would I have a different result? Or if I had to do it all over again, would I have picked Tennessee? And I go back and say, yeah, I would have picked Tennessee because I picked Tennessee for the right reason. And according to my criteria, it would have led me right back to the same school I picked in the first place. With JG, you had a guy who played the best in fall camp. You had a guy that was consistent and played well and took care of the football and made good throws. But then he just didn't do that in the games. In the first game, you just thought, okay, that was just maybe an anomaly. But the defense played poor, too. He gave up 38 points. The second game is when you really was on high alert. That was like, whoa. Defense gave you what they, what you needed to win that game, except for, last drive. UAB games were really opened your eyes. I'm not sitting here saying that Jared has played great here at Tennessee. Jared has his weaknesses, and he had those last year, throwing the ball late and things like that. But it didn't get you beat. Like, Jared's play didn't get you beat last year. Jared's play got you beat against BYU. And then UTC came, and then the first pass, that was the wrong read. It's like, wait a minute. You can't miss the first play of the game. This is a play that the coordinator and the quarterback talk about all week.
And he played well after that first play against UTC. But against UTC as a fourth-year quarterback, you can't mess that up.
Yeah, it's like you wasn't even supposed to be throwing it to him.
No. And then on top of not supposed to be throwing it to him, you underthrew him when Callaway had the corner beat by a step or two. It should have been a touchdown.
I think that was the two-game stretch where the coaches were like, all right, it's time to get him out already. And that's why he went in against Florida. So, yeah, it's easy to say, man, I shouldn't have married her, man. Man, I'm divorced, man, I'm miserable. Now, you know why you married her first. You know why. Yeah. I was happy.
So,
and everything was good. And, she changed, you changed. Hey, it happened. But Tennessee did the right thing in rolling with JG at the beginning. And here we are, and it's time to play multiple quarterbacks. It's time, if Brian Mauer's healthy, like he needs to be the guy moving forward. He just does, if he's healthy. But if he's not healthy, or even if he is healthy, he's making mistakes and turning the ball over, then you need to play two quarterbacks. But if he is healthy and he's playing smart and playing, taking what the defense is giving him, understanding that you don't have to throw a touchdown on every pass. Even if you punt's a good play. You roll with him. And hopefully this time out, he can see, okay, that's why JG has been playing. All right, this is what I do better than him, but this is what he does well too. So you learn from him. Like, sitting and watching is the best teacher sometimes. Doing it is good too, but like sitting and watching is good too. You get to learn mistakes. All right, Ben, sorry, using that point before we wrap up today's show.
No, I should not have cut you off. My apologies. I was just going to mention it just came out that Georgia and Ohio State have agreed to a home and home. I think that was pretty cool.
Oh, the Justin Fields Bowl.
Well, I imagine by the time they play it in 2047.
Justin Fields will be a grandpa?
Yes.
Is it 2047?
No, I'm just being sarcastic. There's no details yet, just the fact that they've agreed to a home and home.
It probably is 2072. And Justin Fields going to come to the game with a cane. Back in my day, I went to Georgia, then I went to Ohio State. Both good schools. I don't know who I'm going to pull for. For Ben McKee and Jason Swain, hope you have a great Thursday. Hour 3, powered by Low T Center. Swain event fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Peace and love. We are out.